Welcome to the Low Grades, episode 3.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
forward to me.
How
It's
are
your
you?
boy, Panel surfing, my guy, J2.
You got it right. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How is it? How are you?
I'm good. Aren't we both? We're both dog sitting for the fam, right?
What was that?
We're both. You're over here dog sitting for your parents. I'm dog
Oh
sitting.
yeah, dude. So if y'all notice our scenery, we're both actually house sitting, dog sitting for the fam, for the folks, because we're good boys.
Well, that's debatable.
That is debatable. And also, I'm working on a track with my man Ray Charles, and we're about to get it popping. You know, I hope y'all are ready to have fun tonight, guys. Episode 3, talk horror to me. Ross and I are super excited to be here, man.
Yes, sir. I can't even believe we're around for another episode. We haven't been.
Hey, you know, there's like 3 or 4 folks out there that want to hang. If you take note, I mean, the chat's been popping since way freaking earlier. I didn't actually think folks were gonna show up. My man Copy, he's famous tonight, making YouTube videos.
Yeah, I always feel bad because we go on around the same time as Copy.
I feel that. Shout out to my boy Wes. He got the snacks and he's ready to chat horror. You got to keep waiting. Then you're just gonna have to keep waiting, bro. That's just the way that it goes. But man, Count Von Strange is in the building tonight, guys. It's going the fuck down.
Well,
To my guy Phil, Spine Ticks. He's actually, I think they're still playing on Traveling Root Beer's channel some D&D action,
That's
slaying
fun.
dragons, bro, fucking shit up.
okay.
You know.
Ah,
The Spidey Powder Tumblers, man. Jose, what it is. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for coming to kick it. Dark Side Raider is in the building. Lady Sibs Lordly, man. First lady of the dark side. We got Tina in the house. I mean, it's a party tonight, man. Everyone's kicking it with us. Comic Dude, what's up, man? What it do, Pikachu? Sold Twice. Yo, we're in here. We're moving and grooving. How do you feel about that, Ross? Folks actually want to see your 50-year-old face.
Woo, you got me real quick with that one. I got no. Hey man, you got to see it for like an hour earlier. I think we were chopping it up for a good hour, talking about where we come from and our family.
Yeah. It was a very good conversation, deep conversation.
Yeah, man. But I'm happy. Sold Twice, dude. I actually, now you shouted him out. I hate to, dude. I was gonna show some art that he sent me, and now that I'm here, I forgot.
You talking about some artwork like this?
There it is.
Yo, so the homie Sold Twice. He had hit me up out of the blue, random, as he did you as well, Ross, just randomly, and asked, who are some of your favorite characters, or what's your favorite villain, or whatever it was. Who did you like? And I told him, my favorite villain's Bane, and he blessed me with this beautiful chibi Bane. I will break you. No one cared who I was. Oh, yeah, low grade, but that is amazing, bro. Look at the detail. I had never seen chibi. I had to do some research when I got this, and it opened my eyes to a whole new art form, bro. And this shit is dope. The reds, the yellows. Come on, man.
Yeah, he got reached out to me and said, "What's your favorite character?" Obviously, it's Joker. He sent me a Ledger Joker. Man, I feel terrible that I forgot that, but I will be showing it on the next show. I'll be showing it on IG. Sold Twice, thank you, man, for the support of the show. Yo, I got a mail call myself, though.
The Book Abyss, what's up, baby?
From the homie. Oh, the Book Abyss is here. Man, I've been talking horror with him since like last week.
He's the homie, bro. He's the certified G. Met him on the Instagram, kind of how I met you, kind of how I met all the folks within the community. Sith and Joker from East Meets West. A lot of those guys I met on Instagram, and he knows his horror shit. He got some super mad horror comics, dude. The classic shits. I see you got a nice, hefty box there.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, shout out to Jose.
Oh.
If you're not following him on Spidey's Tumblers, he made me a knife. And that's what I'm going to open this up. Chris Denthead. You know what? Before we open this, he's backstage. Maybe we should go through a little bit of news first, and we'll open this with him.
I'm down.
You want to do that?
I'm down. So you're talking about hitting them. You're talking about hitting them with the motherfucking lowdown with the low grades.
Man, we're not so low grade.
Low down with the low grades.
Yes, sir. So what's up, man? I know we got some news. There's some breaking news.
Bro, well, I try to do. I'm not the biggest spec in the game. Only spec on some of the characters I like, but when information is presented to me in front of my face, I'm going to read it because it's newsworthy. They speak sincerely. The knowledge is right. So CBR just released about 2 hours ago that Mr. McFarlane released an update on the Spawn movie. Spawn is dope. Spawn's a big character, huh?
Good update, I hope.
Oh, I believe it's a good update. It's a character I love. A lot of people love. I'm not the only fucking person who loves it. 30th year anniversary for Spawn is coming up next year, so that's exciting. We got Spawn's Universe coming. They're gonna debut the King Spawn, the Gunslinger Spawn, some other Spawns that, you know, break into the whole new universe that I'm with it, right? But he made an update on the movie, and I quote from Mr. McFarlane. The update is on the script that I wrote. I liked it, but I'm biased. It doesn't quite garner the enthusiasm that I was hoping for because the reaction from us, the people, was, why isn't there more Spawn? McFarlane also told CBR that he wanted to add more Spawn to it. I turned it into a horror movie where the boogeyman only comes out a couple of times. They couldn't quite get their heads wrapped around it, and I kept saying Jaws isn't in every scene of the movie, but I think he's the star. So that means, is he gonna put more Spawn in the movie? I'm cool with that, but if you want to add more, it's like I can't complain.
Well, I mean, he needs to. Yeah, you're not gonna get away with making a movie even called Spawn and have him such little screen time. That only happens with like the villains of a movie. Like you're not going to show the villain the whole time, but that's the key character people come to see.
Right.
Yeah, he needs to make that right for sure, because that's going to piss a lot of people off if he goes in there trying to tease the main character.
I enjoyed Spawn, how he wanted to do it as a horror movie. You kind of only see the eyes, the neon green glowing, the little hints of the cape and whatnot. That's cool. To make it into a full horror movie, I really don't know. I mean, Spawn was never really a horror comic, in my opinion. Yes, it did take place, some parts of it in hell with, Malboja and all that shit, but it's not really a horror comic to me, in my opinion. So to garner it and make it a horror movie, it's a little different, but I was cool for it. I was open-minded. Yeah. So with the quote coming out on CBR, if he's wanting to add more Spawn to the film, I'm all aboard. I'm down for it. Yo, shout out to the big homie. TiVo's in the building, Lords of the Long Box.
What up, man? Yeah, so wait, I don't... Okay, is he going for a one-off here, though? Like a one Spawn movie? What if he's doing, say, like setting up a movie with the first Spawn movie being that of an introduction, the darkness of him becoming Spawn? That would make more sense to have... Okay, you know how the Joker movie had very little of the actual Joker because it was how he became the Joker? Is that what he was trying to shoot for? Make this movie a horror movie on how he becomes Spawn? But the only way that's going to work is if he promises another movie or something.
I don't know what the whole thing is. I do like what Antonio said. If he wants to do it horror and not show Spawn as much, then call it Sam and Twitch. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Kevin Smith was doing something with Sam and Twitch. I don't know if it was animated or if it was going to be a live action. It's not ringing any bells to me. I am a little high, but if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Smith and Sam and Twitch were tied up. You know what I mean?
Doing something. Now that you kind of like bring it up, major issue. I mean, his baby.
Considering he hasn't never done one before.
True. And maybe he would have to like kind of unpride himself from it, give it to someone who really is, someone that's their job is to write screenplay. Right. So I agree with TiVo on that, but I would also want the person writing it to remain very true to the source material as someone like Spawn. So
right.
Make sure that happens.
Well,
yeah, if he's already writing the screenplay, I don't see him giving it up now, unless this is foreshadowing of him making this statement saying maybe this is humbling to him. Maybe now he's hearing the fact that he's maybe he doesn't know what he's doing, then it's okay because he's never, Did he write the first Spawn script?
I don't believe so. Not at all. I know he was on set. They got fucking cool ass little trading cards back in the day with him like on set. You know what I mean? With all the fucking puppets and other fixtures.
He should have his hand in it. Let's
right. Well, apparently he's supposed to be writing this one, directing this one.
See, I don't know. Directing it? I don't know.
I'm not mistaken. And who's producing? Jason Blum? Blumhouse is putting it up.
Yeah, I mean, producing, that's fine. Anyway, but
hell no. Well, you got something to add?
Well, I mean, TiVo makes a good point, but do you ever
does.
Todd McFarlane being to maybe be? He seems like a very down to earth guy. Like he really does. Do you think he would have someone in his corner to not be a yes man and maybe?
He seems like a very passionate guy, and you can understand why he wants control over it because it's his baby. But maybe some take his passion the wrong way or don't trust in it the way he does. I don't know.
But could he see a voice of reason and be like, I have so much passion that I'm allowing this person who has passion for my character to write it? Could he hear the voice of reason there? Hey, Sith. Thanks for the shirt. Yeah, Spine Ticks.
Hey. Spine Ticks. Spine Ticks.
Fantasy World game. That cost Spine Ticks $50 for that jingle, by the way, right? I charge him for that shit.
Hey, I mean, it's a rarity, a one of one. I could break them off with a little like but that's the only part I know. It's probably the only part everyone else fucking knows. So the next news that I saw was apparently could be old, could be new. The rumors have been there flowing forever. It's not anything we didn't see coming, but William Dafoe's Osborn is supposed to be the main villain in the new Spider-Man movie as Green Goblin, and it's supposed to build up to a Sinister Six. Shit's been going on for a minute. Everyone's seen the Electro, and you're hearing rumors of the Lizard and all that other nonsense. Why am I speaking about it? Because they spoke about it today among the research. So shout out to ZBR for putting me on game and helping me do spec because I'm too lazy to go do the shit. So I can just turn to them and I get some good stuff sometimes. I'll probably find out other sites.
I don't, I'm not heavily invested in Marvel. Sinister Six is something they're going to have to do. Black Cat's something they're going to need to do. Let's talk about Kraven. How about that?
Bro. I know he's played a lot of other characters in the Marvel Universe. I think he'd be dope as Kraven. I'd be lying if I told you like I knew everything about him. I know he's this badass hunter, his fucking boss ass lion's mane fucking throne vest. And he was hired to kill Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that's why my friends in the chat are hell to keep me in line. What do you think about it? I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, the actor, from what I've seen him in, and he could beef up too. He could definitely get bigger if he needs to be, which he will for this role. Could grow that facial hair. I'm all for it. So there's a lot of different things happening. So is Kraven going to be a standalone film? Silk News dropped it. Might as well just put TiVo on. He's obviously got
Lords of the Long Box takeover. My man, dude. But that's what he does. If you go to the Lords of the Long Box, you're gonna see the mailbag Sundays. He's dropping spec, been dropping spec for a while. It's nothing new since the Lords of the Round Table days. You know what I mean? But that's what Uncle TiVo does. Yes, he does.
Well,
hi.
Minute mark here, and we had talked last week about horror movies. It kind of just popped up. I like our got going tonight. Why don't we bring in Denthead, and I'm going to open this big ass mail call.
All right. Well, let's get my guy Denthead in here. Ta-da.
What's up?
Yo,
these knives are sick as fuck though. That Jose did, dude. They're heavy.
Bro, they're sick. They're dope. They're heavy, and just to let you know, like they come in handy, bro. They're gonna fucking come in handy.
They got little thing right here. Look, did you get it?
Shout out to the guy. What's good, bro? Thanks for dropping in, man.
Chris, my buddy Denhead, him and I started talking about. I think we started talking because of Mortal Kombat, and I grew up heavily influenced by that game, Killer Instinct. And he started talking to me about how he's into retro gaming and stuff, and I said, "Oh man, I'd love to do it." Sega's always been, that Sega's the system to me. I played them all, but Sega is something just stands out for me. Always will be the choice. So he's like, "Oh, I might have an extra system, maybe." I'm saying, like, I didn't know much about retro gaming to begin with. I'm like, "Oh, I happen to have an extra Sega Genesis laying around?" And he's like, "I might." We've been going back and forth probably for like a month or so. He finds one, and he basically just said, "I'm trying to put together a little package for you." Well, a month goes by, and all of a sudden he sends me a picture. He's at work, by the way. I got this UPS notification that I got a package on its way from like tractors and something. Like, tractors? Sending me a fucking tractor part? But check his stickers out. He's even got his own official Denhead wrapping tape.
He got his own tape. Then, hey, you got your own tape.
So I'm not gonna lie. I think I
might
know
be too much for low grades.
Yeah,
Oh, that's high class shit. I don't think you belong on low grades, bro. Who else has their own tape? You're the first person I've seen with their own fucking packet tape.
So
That's fucking cool.
Sega Genesis in here. That is all that I know that I think is in here. Okay, I do not know anything else but that. So we're about to find out all together what's in this box. And if that's all it is, holy shit!
Bricks.
I have
It's really a tractor part.
Yeah, if I swear to God, he told me, he's like, "I'm going to." Oh shit!
Yo, Ross, will you read that package? Will you read that comment?
Okay, here we go. I'm really fucking excited right now.
Damn right, I'm ready for us.
Nice.
That's what the homie did. What? Oh, so here we are with a nice. Let's highlight that guy. I've been learning how to do cool stuff like that.
Wait, bro.
Bro, look at that sickness. We got Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the PlayStation 1. Extreme fucking heat, bro. Extreme heat.
Wait, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Yo. Nah.
Man,
So you got to bust that knife back out.
look at him go. He bite it.
Well, because I'm already
Like a little kid on Christmas.
Yo, shout out to the actual Dracula in the building.
He really wrapped.
Bro, bomb proof. That shit is packed. Toy.
Yeah, you don't have to keep me on. Well, keep talking. I don't want to fucking.
There's Xenogears in there. Oh. Let's get a little maybe a little background music, add to the suspense there, bro. I think it meant they like the size of your package.
The keyboard needs to be in every episode.
You think so?
Gotta be.
Stole the show, huh? Let's go ahead and hang out for a little bit. I am taking requests in the chat on the keyboard. I know one song, but I'll do my best to learn them on the fly as they come. And as we said, tonight's episode is horror, Yeah, I fucked that last key, but you know what I mean. We're in there. It's going to be fun. Just to update y'all. Look at the chat still popping off, man. They want to know how the size of your package, bro.
Bro.
It's fucking. Oh, highlight that guy. Fucking highlight this dude right here.
I got the fucking PlayStation. I was not. Yo, where's my Mortal Kombat, man?
Bro, you're playing this, right? So you're not hanging out after the stream's over, so you can hook that up.
No,
How to bounce.
I'm cutting the stream short, bro.
He said, I got to go. I got some fucking fatalities and animalities to do.
Oh shit! Now I get it because he couldn't find me a fucking Sega controller. He sent me the Mortal Kombat game with a PlayStation controller.
The original fucking controller, bro. That's major heatness right there.
The Mortal Kombat trilogy too.
Dude, and you're still opening. He's still opening people. This guy, this is amazing. I mean, come on, Dan. So tell us the inspiration behind this package here.
Just talking about retro gaming over, and he kept talking about how he wanted to get into it. I have extra systems that I sell, and been trying to fix some of them, so figured might as well send them to a good home.
That's dope. You like fixing the systems?
Minor repairs. I can't do any soldering yet, but I'm trying to learn how to do all that. I got that Game Gear back there I need to fix. I just got to get some new capacitors for it. I don't know how to do any of that.
That's dope. And for that, you get a.
I know if you talk to John Nerd Out, he knows how to do all that mess.
I know. I knew he was big in
systems and everything.
Yeah, I knew John was big into retro gaming and stuff and shoes and whatnot. I didn't know that you did in the retro gaming. That's cool. You learn something new every day about your buddies, bro. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, he's been modding his. I think he just modded a Dreamcast.
Wesley, you better pay up that PS1 AOK. You know.
Yeah, but well, now I know what the surprise was. I haven't seen so long.
Highlight that guy? Is it a highlight that guy?
Yeah, this is it. I mean, it's all it. I have this one. I mean, you got to be of a certain age to understand this system and know like what it was, but to see this, to hold this in my hands,
bro, that is fucking nuts.
Yeah, man, this is crazy.
That is mad fucking nuts.
Fucking crazy. Hold on. He sent me. Hope you enjoy this retro care package. Here's to another addiction, Denthead. And my wife literally is shitting her pants right now because he's like, oh, great, another one. I mean, he sent me all these cords.
That is fucking nuts, dude. That's super dope, man.
What's the screwdriver for?
Shank somebody?
Didn't even know I was in there.
I was about to say.
I just fell in the box.
Man,
that
was a surprise and a half, dude. You were sitting on this one. Damn, the trilogy though. Was this yours?
Yeah, I had two copies.
Oh my god, Chris, thank you so much. I owe you. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Enjoy.
Now I gotta go find myself a Sega controller.
Dude.
I'm gonna buy Booger Man. I'm gonna buy fucking Sonic. I'm gonna buy Mortal Kombat for that too. Shit. Oh wait.
That's fucking cool. That's a cool map to open up here. That's dope. What do you got in there?
Highlight me, man.
Yeah, what do you got in there? How you highlight that guy?
Oh, he knows.
Oh, the slaps, bro. Dude, Casey Jones mask. Come on, it can't get any sicker than that.
Go follow Deadhead Comics on Instagram. Funny because he's been talking ever since he sent the package, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a day late." And then I had it all day. I want to open it so bad right now. He's like, my wife's like, "Nah, wait till the live." Here it is. I am now retro gaming. Hell
That's
yeah.
fucking sick, dude. That's badass. Shout out to the Deadhead. Shout out to that super
fan.
dude. That happened right here on the low grades. That wasn't very low grade though. That was like extra fucking live as fuck, bro. Super dope.
Bro, I owe you. So, got if you see anything fine you want, all you gotta do is, as long as it's not turtle. Yeah, I can't believe I have.
Yo, my man started
You know what? See this because a lot of younger young blood, but I have put so many hours into these systems. Ooh, boy. Oh, my wife's gonna be pissed.
Just wait till you hook it up and hear the sound again.
Hey, babe, want to play? Want to play with my games? Who you gonna play? What character are you gonna pick? She's like, does it have Jack and Daxter? We'll wait for a comment about Jack and Daxter. Like, one last time, dude. Thank you so much, dude. That makes wow.
You're welcome, brother.
I appreciate it. Did you watch horror movies like we told you to?
3 of them.
Oh man,
shit.
homies backstage.
We got the homie backstage, and we gave him a task, and we're gonna bring him in right after this message from our sponsor.
Dude, that was epic right there, dude. I got a ditty dance in and everything.
Oh,
Ross, congrats, bro. I was sitting there like, yo, that's taking me way back. Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Mortal Kombat for sure. Streets of Rage. What's cracking? What is cracking to the group chat? It's Friday. We're going to talk some horror. Go ahead, Jay. Talk to him, brother.
man,
Tell him what we're going to
I
do.
want to give a big shout out to my guy Steve, man. Hip Hops and Me from the official Nerd Herd. They in here chilling. The chat's popping, bro. We got Sith in the house. Of course, the first lady of the dark side, Lady Sith, fan of comics. Antonio, I mean, let's give another roll call while we're at it. Comic Dude, Soul Twice, my man with the A-OK on the Bane. Gino is in the building. Anyone who's just here with us in the building hanging out, appreciate the love. Came to talk some horror, came to look at some cool mail calls, came to watch me play this piano in a very shitty way. I hope you guys brought your munchies. I got some chips, I got the pickle, I got the Capri Sun. Everyone's got their munchies. I know Wes had the snacks. My guy Ross over here is still mesmerized by the fucking PlayStation and Sega. It's so sick.
I should have sent you these cheat codes.
Oh,
Bro, let's highlight that guy. Hold on, bring that back up.
Hood Rat Comics repping it.
I like that.
I got this the other day.
Mm.
All these move sets were wrote down. These kids don't know about this. Having to copy this out of a magazine.
Fucking
There wasn't no internet for all this.
I'm
no,
going
it
to.
wasn't, dude.
I'm
That's
going
back
to-
in the day. Like, you gotta look them shits up.
I'm just gonna go through all the games and look up all the moves, write them down myself, and just be a kid.
Get you a notebook.
Beat some kid's ass. They think they're all swift and shit. You play them none the wiser. You're like, get out of here! I just whooped your ass. Fatality. That's something that they can't do. Yeah, that's something that they can't do. They're like, how do you do that? Magic.
Well, fellas, I don't know if y'all are as excited as I am, but it's time to let's get into some motherfucking horror. There's a tornado watch where I'm at. I'm house sitting for the folks. Power went out earlier when I was trying to be StreamYard guru backstage and stuff, learning how to do cool shit. Learning how to do pretty cool shit, actually, kind of cool shit like this. But we'll get back to that in just a moment. Power went out, scared the fuck out of me. Felt like I was in a horror movie, and it made me think, what a coincidence, because I'm talking horror with some of my favorite people. It's going down, man. Last episode, it turned into a homework assignment, and everyone was given a couple movies to watch. Let's hear how it unfucking folded. Who wants to go first?
Let's just start with a movie. Why don't we do that? We'll
I'm down.
And because I watched all of them, so I think we
What
can
you got?
all.
Pick one.
Let's all pick a movie to start with, and then we'll kind of do round table talk. We'll chat it up. Water bottles.
All right. Well, I watched Hell House LLC,
Okay.
the director's cut.
I watched
Who,
that.
What was it?
I didn't watch the director's cut, but I watched it tonight.
So I checked out the director's cut. I can't tell you how different it is from the original, or not the original, because that's obviously the director's cut, but to the theatrical release, I guess, if it was released in theaters. So I don't know in comparison how good it was to that. I watched the director's cut. I guess I should start by saying I was 50-50 with that movie. And like, the only real reason why is, like, other than the director's cut being 2 hours, I just could not get sucked into it like at the beginning, like the first 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And then one particular scene happened that scared the shit out of me. And from there, like, the movie turned up a notch, which I was very excited about. So I fucking love horror movies, bro. Shout out to Glenn. Fuzzy Dunlop came in. I love fucking horror movies. As all of us were all around the same age, we grew up around the same movies. Would y'all agree?
Oh, 100%.
Definitely.
You know, we had the Chuckies, the Child's Plays, and all that good stuff, up to the Blair Witches, and even the Paranormal Activities and everything in between. This movie, I like found footage horror films. Ross and I spoke earlier about Paranormal Activity, and we're both fans of that movie. I'm fans of that franchise. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I really like them. Are we gonna do some spoilers? Are we spoilering?
Yeah, our show.
Yeah, there's spoilers afoot.
So the movie to me was up until the scene happened. The dude just got done recording the message. He's all up in his camera, and he's like, "We got one day to the opening.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I don't think we should be here. I'm going to sleep." He cuts his shit off. He cuts the lights off. And then he wakes back up in the middle of the night, and you can kind of see the profile like how you see behind me, where there's this chick that was just sitting up against the wall, and she's just like all whacked out. Now, I had the lights off, had everything off. At that very fucking moment, I got up out of the bed, paused that bitch, turned the lamp on, refilled the drink, and really had to prepare myself, because at that very moment, at that scene, shit took off. You know what I mean?
Are you saying
the
rest of the movie for you was good? So is that what you mean by 50-50, or just
so the rest of the movie was great to me. There was only one scene at the end that I could do without. I was like, but everything else, I'm telling you, it was fucking dope.
Okay. Yeah, I guess for me, it automatically sucked me in because it's found footage. So
Right.
automatically, I'm in it. I don't know any of the actors or actresses. I'm in it. I like that. It seems it kind of pulls me in right off the bat. So I guess that had that going for it. But the moment that I think that stuck with me is the fucking clown head movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
Listen, okay. So he's sitting there, and we didn't know it at the time, but the fucking head on the mannequin is solid. It cannot move. It is fucking plastic. Everything about what moved can't move to the side. It
Right.
also moves in general. Is a whole man dressed up as a fucking clown with a scary ass mask on it, correct?
Yeah.
When that not only turned its head, what was the other scene? That mannequin was up and in the fucking doorway.
Yeah.
It was either as if someone was in the outfit or someone had possessed it. That got me. Mask was just that. I think the subtle movements and that stuff is what got me in the movie. I'm curious about what the part was that you said that you didn't need.
The part that I didn't like was at the very end when the fucking hole exploded and the fire came out and the chick's body went down to hell. That part I could have done without.
Oh,
Effects with a little seat.
Not in our. I wasn't in the theatrical
Yeah,
cut.
I wasn't in that one.
Oh, see, so this is the director's. Yeah, this was like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. I watched the regular one, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, how'd the regular one in? I don't know how that one in.
You guys take it over.
She went to 2C, and the girl was sitting at the end
Yeah.
of the bed.
Yeah.
And then she like stood up, and her face was all fucked up. And then it kind of like, I think the camera kind of flickers, and then you see
Yeah.
these shadow figures
That are
they come
there.
charging at them, and it just cuts out.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happens in the end, because they tell her to meet at that room. She's there, and she's like at the foot of bed. She's not saying anything. The worst case scenario, like when somebody is not looking at you and they're like dunce position, they put you towards the wall. Guess what? You don't want to go over there and say what's up. Yeah, I mean, y'all done seen Gothica.
Yeah,
For God's sakes, you never want to go up to somebody whose head slouched. I mean, Jay, you and I talked about that goddamn shit. I mean, no way, no how. So that's how it ends.
I enjoy this. See, no, that didn't how it. They had that 2C, you know what I mean, with homegirl. She was in the room and shit. But like that part, so I guess it wasn't in y'all's, because in the director's cut, everyone's running to the fucking basement. Chick is like, you know what I mean, chained up, titties out. She's there, she's doing it, whatever. She's fucking and out of nowhere, the fucking ground like boom, and the spider starts coming out, and then the bitch just goes down. Sorry, ladies, the lady goes down the friggin' hellhole. So I didn't like that part at all. I felt the fire was extra fucking cheesy. I couldn't do without it. The very end was super dope. And this is Hell House LLC. I do know it's available on Amazon Prime. They have the regular director's cut, and there's a part 2 and 3, which we might have to add to this list because I haven't seen those.
I think they're all on that Tubi app, however you pronounce it.
Oh, the Tubi? That's por free. And freeze for me.
Shout out to the comic goon in the house.
Yeah, so okay, so we all liked it except for Jay because he watched the wrong cut, but he did like it because he watched the wrong cut.
He watched the high grade cut. He didn't watch the low grade cut.
Yeah, I watched the high grade cut. Well, it's just at the very beginning, like the first 30 to 40 minutes of it, I'm like,
didn't get you.
on, like, get to the scares. I'm ready to fucking,
Yeah.
I'm ready for my asshole to pucker up. Like,
I felt like getting drugged until the clown was standing there, then turned his head when you looked back at him. Then it started picking up.
Yeah.
I believe, sorry, pickle. I believe we were all talking about it
Looks
for a
like
little while, you know, behind the scenes in our messages building up to this episode.
it looks like it's a continuation of the story, the second movie. The investigative journalist is convinced the evidence to Abaddon fell.
Glenzel, was it scary?
So yeah, I mean,
words, yes,
like
it's scary.
it was a good.
Some creepy parts.
What was the next movie?
I give it 2.5 pickles out of 5.
I will give 4 Cheez-Its out of 5.
4
And
cheeses out of 5.
And I'm gonna give it
I liked it.
4 dipped Reese's pretzels.
Okay.
Then what you got?
3 Lay's potato chips.
Bam.
Oh, all right. With that, I also know we talked about Midsummer. We also talked about Vivarium. And I'm high. There was one more. Anyone?
As above, so below.
Oh, yeah, you had As Above, So
Taking
Below.
a Deborah Morgan. Logan.
Well, shoot, Steve, tell us how was I've seen As Above, So Below. Ross, Dan, have y'all seen that?
Ross
Yeah.
recommended, bro.
All right. Oh, that's your recommendation.
That was my homework, bro.
I
So
liked
what
it.
you got, bro?
One of my
Dude, I liked it, dude. The synopsis would be there is an archaeologist or a treasure hunter. She has a group of friends. They're going to the catacombs in Paris. They're trying to look for Justin. What's going on? They're trying to look for a treasure, and they're trying to look around to see if they have a tour guide. There aren't people that can take them further below. TiVo, right?
all right.
Event Horizon. We'll get on that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one.
But that one's pinnacle. So as they're searching, oh yeah, and talking Deborah, the taking of Deborah Logan. We watched that too. We'll get into that.
Oh, fuck.
So this group is trying to find this treasure. They go into to a person to help them get down to the catacombs somewhere deeper. They found a specific way to get in. There's a shaft, and they find the person they're going to set up. But in the midst of it, you see this weirdo chick on the outside that's kind of looking in. It's like she's hearing what they're talking about. She's very odd. And they get into the catacombs, and already you hear what looks to be like a cult or a group singing. And he tells them, hey, there's a lot of crazy people in here. And that chick's in there. She's powdered up, she's singing with them, and they're getting down into the catacombs. They find their way, but disorientation kind of sets in, claustrophobia sets in, and a lot of disillusions or even visions are kind of popping up. There's a weird part in the movie where they're in there's this phone that rings out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you're in the catacombs, right? I mean, they're in the depths, dude. They're getting to the depths. There's shit that's going on, there's ruptures that are happening. Claustrophobia kind of sets in for one guy, and the girl that picks up the phone, she hears a voice, and I think it could be a parent. I think I didn't quite catch on to that, but they were trying to get a hold of somebody. They hang up, and they end up finding somebody that they know. One of the guy who is taking them down there. He sees a friend of his, and the guy's eyes are just blacked out from being in the dark, and he's like, "Hey, I know a way to get down out of here." They start to take him to the depths. They find this treasure. They take this amulet, and it kind of flips shit over, right? And so, as they say, with a pun on words, so is above is down below. They take that, and what happens to be what it looks to be like they're going down the gates of hell, right? The one part, I'll be honest, man, and this is a yuck on me, bro. I was putting books in, and that one part where that dude is at the very top, and he's like, hello, hello, and the freaking chick you see in the camera, she's behind there, she's walks the other way, the same chick they saw at the club, this weirdo, and he's like, hello, and I'm putting books away, and I'm this close to my TV, right? I'm sitting down on the floor, and I'm 10 sheets to the wind, bro. And putting books in, and when that face comes in, she's like, ah, and her her eyes are pitch black, and you see the dude just slam to the ground. When she came to the TV, I was like, oh, dude, it got so bad, dude. My parents live with me. I hear my mom go, Steve, I was living a live horror film. If I didn't say anything to my mom, she would have been like, number one rule, you never call out to the front room if it's dark, right? But I scared the shit out of myself. So let's get back on track on that. What did you guys think of what happened in the beginning? As far as them getting into the catacombs,
a phone call. Was that her dad?
I thought it was her dad.
It was her dad too, yeah.
Because I think at the end I don't know if I want to jump to that part, but you know how he's hanging there, and she says something about sorry I didn't answer or something like that. I can't remember what exactly she said.
Yeah,
I feel like it might have been her dad on the phone.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's kind of what I gathered. None of it's real. They're in hell. I mean, that's what I gathered. They flipped on her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the other tour, her buddy kept seeing his brother in the water.
Yep.
That's not real. I think
they got disoriented.
Okay, like you said, the distant tour. All right. So the catacombs are real. Everyone knows that. There's a fucking crazy history behind it. I recommend reading into it. But I've dived into the whole. Shout out to Mama Lucy. Probably not in here. She's Nerding Nirvana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're on right now.
Shout out to her. She had me on her channel once, and I talked all about the catacombs. This movie really sparked my interest in it. There's something, a claustrophobia. Okay, being in a soundless environment, okay? And moist environment. Oh, I used the fuck it. What can you do? That's low grades. But I like become disillusioned and you don't really know at this point whether up is down, down is up, as above, so below. Your mind plays tricks on you, along with whatever they were dabbling with down there. There was definitely some evil there that they tapped into.
Definitely.
I don't know if it was like the car part, the car.
Oh, dude. Woo! I was like,
And he just slowly turns. I mean, it gives that movie just it's a different type of horror movie. It's kind of an adventure horror movie, which I really like. Adventure movies. It's kind of oh God, I don't know.
It's like a National Treasure horror movie.
Treasure. That's exactly the movie I was thinking of. Take National Treasure goes to fucking Satan's butthole.
only it's still like the same filming premise like Hell House, right?
Yeah.
So it's still that premise, and it kind of leaves you delusional too, because you're only seeing like bits and pieces of where they're walking. You're seeing their steps. You know, what, dude? No, dude? What about the chick that is in the gown and they see her and they see half of her face like off? She looks like a porcelain doll, you know. And I think they get closest down. They're these like closest down to the probably the gates of hell, probably.
Okay.
And the homie gets bit, you know, and they're pulling him. They're in the dark. They hear what's like trying to get as close as possible, and the protagonist in the movie, the girl who was hunting this treasure, figures it out, goes back up through the gates, like going
alone, goes all the way back past some evil entities. Oh yeah, like that was balls, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah, I wouldn't have been there. I would have been like, hey man, we're in the depths right now. It's there's no phone signal. You know, just call me. Yeah, you dead. Like,
but his hands come out of the blood, grabbing her and dragging her down.
Right, dude. All that stuff it sets in. I mean, the very end, like Ross, at the very end, it kind of left. Maybe I was too stoned. Maybe. But as soon as they got out, I was thinking, okay, so they get out, and maybe this is me thinking outside of the box or different, but they finally make it out. They're hugging each other. They're on the streets of Paris. But I'm thinking to myself, like when it got done, they got a chance to put the amulet back, but how do they know that they're not like in another part of like maybe the other side of hell, right? And now they're living in it. That's what I took away if I was trying to think outside the box. I said, well, did they really make it? Like they were in the depths. They were furthest below. They were down there. So for them to come out like all willy-nilly out on the street and be like, hey, we're like right next to the Eiffel Tower. You want to go?
Flips.
Yes, the camera flips, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, they're still in hell.
Yo,
and they haven't found their way. They haven't found their way back up, and that's going to be.
Honestly, that's fucking terrifying to think about because.
Kid, yes.
I thought about it now.
That's fucking nuts.
Now I'm thinking they're in the dark right now. They think
Yeah.
they're now black-eyed, white, and they're wandering around aimlessly. I didn't even think about it till right now. Here's my thought. It was so disorienting for viewers to watch them go down and up at the end. I was like, whoa. And then when they did it, I just basically took it as, I'm simple. I took it as they are so out of their mind and so scared but relieved that they just go their separate ways, you know? But and like a movie like that really where you're dabbling with evil like that, you don't get it. You don't get out unscathed. That's
No
Yeah.
way, dude. You're
And even if they did, I mean, that's still gonna be like you're still gonna have dreams. Like, see, like they were down there and like waiting for their homie. All of a sudden, they're hearing their homie go, and it just falls right on him, like right, boom. Like that's gonna stay with you forever. Like that cracked his head. He was done.
And seeing that dude get sucked in the car and it just gets sucked into the ground.
Yeah, like that's unexplainable.
Fuck you up.
Yeah, you're always gonna remember that. Like the chick with the porcelain face, like half of her face, like seeing that, you're gonna remember that. You're gonna see the shadows with the cape figures, the elongated arms and stuff like that. It's just those things are always gonna play on you. I mean, you think that if they were out in the streets and let's say they were walking around, and they went into like a crowded area, like what if their faces were just more like just morbidly looking? Right there, dude. There's Out goes the camera, and that's it, dude. We lost
Be
that.
done.
Nah, bro, don't say that, bro. Don't
Yeah,
say that.
Like,
Oh Lord, it's over. So for the movie to end that way, I actually liked it, man. I really did. I liked the premise. I know that catacombs are real, so I know that they don't offer to get down there because there's been like stories that people have just been gone. And you got to believe like you're not they're never going to get out if you can't find your way out from where you remembered. And if you let's say you're in the dark, and let's say there is like paranormal when people in ages have died down there, right? Like there has to be. There's skulls everywhere, dude. There's history there. There's something unspoken.
Well,
Like you couldn't get down to where a portion and then turn around and then maybe be redirected. Kind of like that would be like a labyrinth. It would be horrible for you. Done.
Well, catacombs, as we know them, are very not. It's not long at all. It's a very short system. It's about, I believe, an eighth of a mile, under a mile long. The thing is, the catacombs were built in an old quarry system, so they were reutilized as a burial ground because there were certain churches and certain mortuaries that during that time, I'm not going to sit here and name the time, they were collapsing levels of mortuaries where bodies were going into like buildings beside them. They just had a death problem and had nowhere to put them. So they started doing these imagine this, all right? Late night caravans, late night black blanket caravans taking the dead from mortuaries to the catacombs. That shit happened. It's real.
Yeah.
So they did this, but the catacombs are so big. They're not just catacombs, they're just tunnelways and shit. And I believe at one point in time they did offer, The Descent. That is a fucking fantastic movie.
That's a good one too.
Great movie, dude. Great movie.
I like evil movies. Not like I don't need a slasher flick. I love them, and we'll get to them. But I like a mind. Like we'll talk about,
Oh, dude. Speaking of, dude, let's talk about the next movie.
Well, hold on. I was gonna say we got
dude, Jake, hit him with it.
Two things. I give it as above, so below. 3 pickles out of 5 pickles.
Okay,
what do you got?
I will give it 4.5 cheeses out of 5.
All right.
I'm gonna go with 4 peanut butter M&Ms.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was good, man. It really played tricks on you. It really, dude, for me to like, cause I'm a little bit jumpy when it comes to movies, cause you can feel the set and the tone of the music, and something's gonna happen. But I was like putting books away, man. And as soon as she came out, I was like, oh, I heard the music, and I was like, oh shit, something's about to go down. And as soon as I looked, I'm like, oh my god, damn! I screamed, dude. I was like, whoa.
So, well, hold on really fast, guys. I want to take a quick snack break. I know we're doing snack votes, and we had one of our friendly friends donate a nice little giveaway to us, snack related, that I think we should kind of toss out to the 20 folks that have been kicking it with us and watching this. Let's all take a little snackety snack. Everybody knows the man, the myth, the legend, the voice of YouTube, Mr. Comics Talk Weekly, Sir Phil, was nice enough. Pal, he wants to donate or give away to us to give to y'all a 2-pound bag of Twizzlers. Side note, the Alien Anthology does not come with the giveaway, so I am so sorry to break the heart, but you get a 2-pound bag of Twizzlers. And I mean, who doesn't like a 2-pound bag? Say 2-pound pack bag of Twizzlers like 10 times.
2-pound bag of
Twizzlers.
I'm not even gonna try it, bro. Make a spectacle out of myself right now. This group chat elite. You're like, he can't even say it 10 times.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Shout out to Comics Talk Weekly for doing that. That was a fucking hell.
Phil, the man. He's just adding to the horror talk. That's it, guys. He's adding to your guys' Friday night horror take. If you guys aren't watching horror flicks after this, I don't know what to tell you. You should be scaring the shit out of yourselves.
You're not watching horror flicks with a 2-pound bag of Twizzlers? Get the fuck out of here. And I tell you what, Phil will sign them. We'll have them sign Comics Talk Weekly.
Man.
That's the voice of YouTube, bro.
Let's do a question or something. I don't know.
Well, last time, this pickle, oh my gosh. last time we asked what my favorite scary movie was. I think. Well, who should we? How about you, Ross? Maybe type in there, or oh well, I know you're coming through live from the mobile. Steve,
You
how
want,
about you? Yeah, let's have your answer be the
okay, let me put it in the private chat.
private chat. What's your favorite scary movie is? What's your favorite scary movie? First one to get it, first one to guess it. Either hit myself up or hit up Comics Talk Weekly on Instagram, and you got yourself a 2-pound bag of Twizzlers, a single serving 2-pound
All
bag.
right, it's in there.
Denhead, they got
Check
the
it out.
I think I moved in there.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I love that movie as well too.
Ooh.
All right.
The excitement, yo.
Oh,
I'm gonna drop it.
Hit the line, yo.
in.
Toy Story.
You got a friend in me.
Start line first one to guess. Steve, aka Hip Hops and Me, his favorite scary movie. You guys get 2-pound bag, single serve Twizzlers, and they're gonna be off the chain.
Let's see what we got here.
hey,
Peter Pan. Shaun of the Dead. That was a good movie. Oh, dang. You actually.
did someone get it?
No. Someone
Not
didn't
yet.
get it, but hey, that is up there. I actually, I'm gonna be honest. I put something different, but that's my brother in the chat right now. He knows I don't watch that goddamn film. So, but I messed up. I messed up. So, but the one that I put in, guys, is one of my all-time faves. Eric, damn you! How dare you? Yes,
Oh,
yes. Copy 801.
The Shining.
Copy 801. Yes.
You guys
Red
are
rum. Red rum.
Make
Man,
John-
no, but on the real though, that should have been my first. Exorcist should have been my first. Man, that sticks with you, man. If I could tell you some stories.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Shout out to Copy. Hit up everyone's good friend, Comics Talk Weekly on Instagram. Sir Phil, the legend of YouTube. My man, you just won a single serving 2-pound bag of Twizzlers. We got 2 more movies to review, I believe.
Glenn, 100%.
The Taking of Deborah Logan and what was that one? Or maybe it was just that one.
No, it was Taken to Deborah Logan, then Hell House, then As Above, So Below, and then Vivarum.
Oh, okay. All right.
River's what I didn't watch.
Let's do Taking of Deborah Logan. We also brought up Midsummer because Jose was in on the whole shebang.
Where's Jose at, bro?
Taking of Deborah Logan. Shout out to my man Hyper Combo Comics in the building. He's hanging and banging with the boys. Hadouken.
Hey, I think some of them dudes watch these movies, so if they want to hop on and talk, they should. Because I believe Jose and Hyper.
Should we open the door? Should we open
Open the gates of hell. Let them in.
open the door?
Down to a T, bro. You should put like a mask and make yourself the fan of the opera.
So the Taking of Deborah Logan recommended that one.
That was me.
Yo, that movie was fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it starts. Okay, obviously, it gets around a very sensitive subject like fucking dementia. And of course, it's going to get you at least on board with her being a sweet old lady first. And it did. It pulls you in thinking she's just, you know.
Oh, that bitch looked crazy from the beginning.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it happened quick. It did. It happened quick. But, bro, when she's like, does her shit where she's just standing in the middle of the room or like standing somewhere, but the window, bro, the windows, nah.
Mhm.
So,
The skin scene, like,
Mhm.
like,
I told you, bro.
bro, it is fucked up, man. That's a fucked up movie.
Yeah, dude.
Deborah Logan was pretty.
Because
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it really takes you through her losing her mind,
Oh, yeah.
and at the wee hours of the night, crazy shit happens. Like she's gone, like she's out and about, where she's out like like out of nowhere. So her feet are dirty. She's freaking digging wherever the hell she's at, dude. But it's really, really bizarre.
Butt ass naked.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
There's a story behind it because there was that guy who fucking, I guess, was killing women, and he needed to kill a certain amount of them. I believe it was
5.
5.
Yeah.
So some crazy shit going on back in the day that this documentarian comes in to film this thing about dementia, films loved ones going through Alzheimer's. That's all she came to do. It's just like a found footage because it's a little documentary and her, and so it turns into that. Them finding out about this story where, I guess was Deborah Logan involved because they killed the guy and buried him alive, something like that. Like, because that one dude, he was buried out by the
Like a track, right?
yeah.
It was like a cave. It was the caves. It was like a cave. Dude, what about the part where, like she's taking the girl and you see the camera angle and the light goes in and you see her mouth trying to eat her like a snake? I was like, oh my God.
Bro,
I
that
watched-
was nuts.
That scene happened. I watched over here when it happened. I literally went, oh shit! And I rewound. I get on the edge of my seat and watch it. Bro, that was some horror.
Yeah, it was like, what the heck is going on here?
Dude, it's
Look.
Yeah.
the taking of Deborah Logan. It's terrifying, man, and I think it's you sympathize because she's an older woman. She has Alzheimer's, and you want to see her get better. You want to see her do well. So it adds that touch to it. And then she goes through what she goes through. Fucking A, dude. That movie gave me the heebie-jeebies all up and down, man. It got underneath my skin. The way that the camera is shot, the cinematography, the way how y'all were saying, she's standing in the hallway and the colors and the shadows, her just creeping on by. She's just frail and skinny. If I took my shirt off and had more wrinkles, it'd probably look like me shirtless. It was
Her hairline kept receding too.
yeah,
man. She was just losing it, dude. It took her in like the taking of Deborah Logan, right?
Yeah.
But it took her to the brink, and it kind of like inhibited her or inhabited her, and it just made her into something so much more different. The ending was even more like
Creepy.
yeah, the ending was freaky because at the very end, you think everything's like settled. You're like, oh, great, happy ending. And the girl that she tried to,
dude,
take, she ended up taking her, and the girl's just smirking and you're just like, oh my God. And that girl's young. She's just going to kill millions.
What if she have Alzheimer's? That's what I'm saying. The taking of Deborah Logan, the taking of her mind, that's what it was about.
right.
The whole time, the diagnosis of that, because that was the way they would describe it. She was taken and possessed. I think Wesley said that.
Yeah.
She had Alzheimer's. I think it was all possession.
Yeah.
It could be both, but I kind of take it as the taking is the possession of Deborah Logan. And then it proved it by that girl at the end, which you don't need to be on this earth. She's scary. Her eye, yeah, like my wife. She's so funny. You see that line she said? That comment?
She was just a little hangry. Yeah, she just wanted a midnight snack or a 3:30 a.m. snack.
Yeah, if you're trying to fucking eat people and have your shit, that's fucking nuts, man. I say we give it the rating system. It sounded like we all fucking liked it pretty much.
I'd give it 5 M&Ms all the way through, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 4 vanilla wafers.
Okay, 4 vanilla wafers. All right.
Chris,
I'm gonna give an extra Cheez-It for snack time.
I'm gonna do like 5 hot Cheeto popcorn flaming hot.
That movie.
So in other words, go watch the Taking the Deborah Logan.
Yeah. Watch it in the dark. Close the lights out.
All of them.
All the fucking lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Who recommended this next movie?
What are we talking about? What do we want to do next?
The V one.
Vivarum? That was me again.
Um,
That's what I
Vivram,
didn't get a chance to watch.
let's unpack that, yo.
I didn't get to watch it.
I think
I
it's
didn't get a chance to watch it.
like I couldn't even really say that I felt a sense of dread or horror. It was more like it was mind fuckish. Like,
Yeah.
it definitely. I mean, I guess you'd call that a tip. That would be horrifying, but it was
Yeah.
definitely what I was expecting.
It really
Yo,
it fucks with the span of time and your perspective and then your wits. So it is a definite mind fuck. So basically you have this young couple that is going to be buying a house, and they're on this what looks to be like a lot full of houses that are all the same. Kind of like an open gated community, and they're wanting to buy this house. I don't know the number. They're specific in the number, and they end up leaving. Right, like they're getting ready to leave, and as they're talking to their real estate person, the person bolts, gone like the wind, just like a fart in the wind, gone. And they're getting ready to leave, and they're driving, and they're like blocks. They're just driving, like the sun's going down, like they're like, how the hell we get out of here? And the car ends up like getting on empty. And where do they come at? They come at the house that they just saw. Lights are on. They're thinking someone's there. They're like, oh, we'll just follow the person that's in there, figure out. There's no car, though. It's just their car.
Like
it's on empty. Yeah.
Urban labyrinth.
Yeah. And so they go in the house, and they're kind of wandering around. They're looking, and they check the whole house out. They come to the front, and what's the front is a package waiting for them. It's like food for however many days, but they are greeted with a child.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're greeted with a child that's a baby.
Is it?
And is it though? Is it really? It's more Twilight Zone-ish. Very it's just a real psychological twist and turn. It plays with your own wits as well, because like as soon as they pick this child up, they bring the child in. The husband's all against it. He's like, hey, we need to get out of here, and they end up staying. They end up saying the next morning the child is freaking like 5 or something like that.
Overnight.
And overnight, and the child wakes them up by this fucking scream. It's like think of a horn, or a quitting time for work. Like all it does is every morning screams it out. The way the child talks is so fucking nerve-wracking. It's like it doesn't talk like a child. It talks like
robotic.
Very robotic or voidish, right? Like just very weird.
Monotone-ish.
Yes.
Huh. I'm very interested in watching this. It's one that I didn't get to out of everything we were watching. I'm super interested in watching.
So,
yeah.
Right, Ross, what did you think about the parts that you were watching, like in the beginning into getting into the middle? What stuck out to you the most?
Okay, my first thing is that if I'm in the husband's position, I'm obviously going to relate with the husband point of view, and I'm wondering, if my wife's like, first of all, I know she wasn't feeling it. When that kid shows up, when he's sitting there making breakfast in the morning and they're doing this clockwork shit, he makes breakfast and he goes out and tries to dig a hole out and away from wherever he's going, but this kid screams the way he does and he sounds the way he does. Do you resort to what he did? You basically, I want to kill the kid. Like I wouldn't. I mean, like, it's not a kid. Okay, it's not a kid. So
yeah.
The scene, they go out in the car. They still have their car in the front yard.
Oh.
All of a sudden, the car comes on. Why do they go in the car for? They go inside their car that's outside just to get a little quiet, the radio. They haven't. Another thing is the only thing that they have is like visual acid, black and white acid. All they have. All what they do for years. They fucking look night, have the lights on, the headlights on. They get outside, like the.
Yeah, we're breaking up, brother.
We're losing Ross. I've been trying to.
I've been chiming into what Ross was saying. So,
Am I breaking
okay,
up?
y'all. Yeah, you were breaking up. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Hit it. So you were hitting it from the beginning of the part where they're out by their car and they're getting a moments of peace and talking to each other. They're
Yeah.
having a moment. Hit them with it.
And then all of a sudden the music's playing, they're gonna dance. They haven't heard music in a while. So they get outside the car and it's kind of like they go a little crazy, you know? They're experiencing some sort of joy
Yes.
in this moment. And they haven't experienced joy. They're living a sexless life, a no joy, nothing new. It's the same breakfast every day, but now they get music. And as they're dancing, this kid, he's like outside all of a sudden. This kid is like dancing around. He's kind of dancing too. And at first you think everything, maybe they're gonna be okay here. It's the moment, but then all of a sudden
Totally not.
this kid kind of, I don't know, was it purposely done?
It looks like it because he twists his
Yeah.
his hip, and but it wasn't so much of a twist, but he put a little umph into it, and so the
Yeah, the father
the
takes the
supposed
spill.
father, yeah, he hits his head on the back of a curb, and the beauty and the joyous moment that they had just collapses in an instant.
Yeah, and
Tell
then just it's kind of like a heat of the moment thing, and I kind of felt it. Like I thought I knew it was gonna happen. So the supposed dad gets up and in the fit of rage, he sees red. He's like, "You are the end in the beginning of my life." He picks this kid up. He takes him up in the air and he slams this kid down on the asphalt as if trying to crack his whole cranium open. And
This
just
is
basically
very-
tries to kill him. And then
Yes.
the wife jumps in. The wife jumps in and says, no, don't do it. And that's when it happens. I believe that's when the split. Because you notice from the rest of that movie on,
Yeah.
she chose, in his eyes, what did he do? She chose the kid.
Yeah.
And over him.
She was invested. She wanted. It sounds like she wanted a child, and she was nesting. And the boyfriend or the husband that was there was like, "This is not real. Like, that's not your son." He was rationalizing things. He wanted to get out, and a bit of he just lost it. I mean, when you see like the interaction and that scene it's an awesome scene. It really pans the next couple of things that Ross said, because you see them dancing, you're thinking, like they've lost it, and they know that they're probably not going anywhere. This is the moment that they only have in life, right? You see the kid touch the hip, and as soon as he picks him up and throws him, dude, and you hear it, you would think like you would hear a crack, but it's more like a slamming of a bag.
Yeah.
And the kid is just standing like laying on the floor, no crackhead, no nothing, and just is like robotic. I mean, it's so unsettling.
Yeah, and then from the rest of that moment on, it was him desperate. He's digging the hole. What was he trying? Did he even know at that point? What do you think? Do you think he was becoming kind of as above, so below? He was delusional. He had lost himself in this.
Yeah.
He didn't. He was doing something just to do something.
Yeah. And it wasn't like really enough for them. Like, they had food, they were given food every so often, so they're at a set place. But to have a child test your nerves, not talk really, and if it is like talking, it's so odd, it's so weird, it's more like nerve-wracking, because you're just like, you were a child, now you're like a 5-year-old, but your voice does not sound like a child at all.
It's
and
scary.
it's like it's very scary. It sets into your like where you're like, this reality is fucked, and we are here. Like we need to find a way out. And in some sort of sense, when he's digging the hole, you kind of think like eventually, like if he did get disoriented, is he digging that hole for himself? You know, like because he was going crazy, dude. He was way crazy. Caroline Comics, what's going on? And the King, the Kang.
Did you find yourself at all becoming on one person's side, or were you always on the husband's side? Did you ever have a moment where you were like, I mean, no, you can't kill the kid? Because when he's like, put him in the car, let him starve, I'm like, he's not even starving. It's nothing. That kid is nothing. I never had a moment where there was any thought about sensitivity towards that kid. I guess that's what bothered me, because I would go a little crazy too if my wife, before all this happened, takes this monster and says it acts like it's real.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I think I wasn't picking like a side. I was taking it in from the whole aspect from the outside. So I was looking at like it like, okay, so it's affecting him, obviously. You know, he's losing himself, he's losing his wife in the midst of her, you know, tending to this figment of their imagination, a child that would be real to them. I mean, that wakes up every morning, eats the same breakfast. There's a routine there, but I could see where he was coming from, because his mind was just so far out, so wigged out, and you get to a point of delusion, disorientation, anger, frustration, because they couldn't find a way out. They're hopping fences. There's one night where they're like, all right, let's try to get out of here. They're hopping fences, y'all, over and over and over and over again. And the fence that they hop in again, they see a light in the back porch. It's the same damn house that they're in, that they've nestled in. And so there's just like no way out. It's like their own hell. And it's much more Twilight Zone-ish in that sense too, because you're like, how did they get out? You know, where did they go? Is it an enigma? You know, like where are they? It was just weird. It was a real mind fuck.
I got a Truman Show vibe from it. Definitely got like a vibe that something bigger was going on. Not that they like. Honestly, I can't say that I understood it. The end. What was the mission there to breed that child into what it became? And it took the position. I never looked it up. My wife usually looks up the endings of movies if we don't understand them. But at the end of the movie, this child grew to be the real estate agent that replaces the first real estate agent that brought these guys to their demise, to their labyrinth of suburbia hell. Like, what was the point of the movie? I think I lost that.
I know I need to watch this freaking movie. The way y'all made it sound, it fucking sounds great.
Twilight Zone is I had not thought of the way to describe it. I think that's why it is a horror movie. Now that you kind of put it, it's a different type of horror movie. It's not about killing, slashing. It's not about demons. It's a psychological mind
thriller.
Yeah. So it constitutes itself as a horror, because it was, if I was in that position, it's either I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to kill that kid, or I'm going to drive myself crazy and not mean to and end up dying doing something. Because that is terrifying. The monotonous, the never ending look of everything's so clean and just pristine. Nothing new happens. And you don't, I still don't know at the end of the movie like what it was for.
And maybe if you're looking at it like a Twilight Zone-ish thing, Twilight Zone was great at setting a mood, right? There was always like a message, right? To certain episodes. I think this one would be like, don't get caught up in the mundane life that you live and try to change it up. If that was it, dude, if that was it, right? I mean, if we were going to take it on let's get woke type of shit, you know, I would say, you don't want to live in this mundane life that goes over and over again. You want to be physically and psychologically healthy, and kind of change things up. I couldn't really go with why the hell the kid's there, but you know, like to your point, Ross, I would probably have to look it up But when I saw that, like when this girl recommended it to me, she's like, "You want a real mind fuck?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do." And I was, and as soon as I watched it, I was like, "God damn." Yeah.
I can't say that. I mean, let's rate it.
Yeah, what you got on the ratings?
Let's rate it.
Go ahead and rate it, man.
Yeah, we'll hit the ratings, and then I'm gonna bring in someone super fancy, super special.
All right, it's super hard for me to rate, but honestly, I was not going to give it this high of a rating. But now that I've talked to you about it and hearing kind of how it could be looked at as horrifying from someone else's perspective, I'll bump it up to 3.5. But it definitely was a movie that I just don't. If I understood it at the end, I'd probably give it a 4. But I don't know what it was trying to go for there.
I'll meet you at 3. I'll meet you at 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because the ending is, it leaves it for interpretation, but it's just I guess you would say like it's a psychological thriller. I mean, if you're a horror fan, there's no real horror in it other than the fact that you're seeing them in their perspective of this monotonous life, and they're breaking, and the one thing that's there is not theirs, but they're losing themselves because naturally your humanity would kick in. It's a child, but to Ross's point, it's not a child. I mean, the child talks in such a monotone, weird fucking voice. Every morning he wakes up and he's screaming. If he doesn't get served cereal, he's fucking screaming, and the scream is like a bellow. It's a bellow. It makes your ears ring. If you've ever been disoriented, or if you ever got clocked in real well, that's a good way to, that's what I would say. If your bell's been rung a little bit, and you hear the sound kind of sound out, that's what it felt like. It's the bellow is just constantly going, and you're just like, if he doesn't shut the fuck up, I'm going to lay hands on a motherfucker. Exactly. 1-2 buckle my shoe combo.
Here we go. Hey, we got the ratings. That was Vivarium. At this very moment, I wish I had the Sith Lordly clip. Yo, my man, the next person coming up to the stage we got is the dopest of all dopes. He got the baddest beer in the game. You should know him. When you're dealing with him, you better be ready to be on the edge, because we got comics on the edge in the building.
What's up, everyone? What's up, you fucking hood rats? How's everybody doing today?
What's up, brother? How's it going?
Good, man. I want to know what Ross had to do to get that fucking shirt. What dirty shit did you have to do to get that shirt?
Do you want to know? What do you want? You send me some. I'll show you.
Hey, I like
this is where the real horror sets in, guys.
Right. This is a horror.
See that OnlyFans account.
This is the shit you won't be able to unsee.
Yeah, all of a sudden the lights go out.
Oh, bro, that happened earlier.
2 and 2 together, guys.
Well, we went through all the movies, I believe.
No, I think Jose got Midsommar, but he's not treating us. Midsommar, you want to hit him with that?
Dude, real quick, like on some Midsommar, I own it. I've watched it a couple of times. The first time I watched it, that movie fucked with me. That movie got under my skin. I honestly didn't understand everything about it when I first watched it. And then you rewatch it and things start to come full circle. I thought it was beautifully shot. The colors of the movie, all the flowers just being very vibrant, the trees, super, super green tree, the setting, the costume design, even the sound score. And I know it's from the same director that also did Hereditary, which is another film we brought up. But Midsommar, man, for everyone, I hope they've seen it. That movie there is, it's something else, man. It's a beauty of a movie, but it is definitely something else, and it will get under your skin. Anyone else have to add?
I think that's another. I'd call that a psychological thriller, a little more horrifying, a little bit on the edge of being Jonestownish. I mean, something that could definitely be real. When you're talking about suicide cults and shit like that, I think they had a way of, with the vibrant colors, they did have a way to show you and bring you into their world and say, hey, why wouldn't you want to be here too? So you kind of vibed with the whole idea of being there, like the beauty of it all. And then you realize it all is horrible, dude.
Yeah.
First time you see someone take that spill.
Oh.
anyone know? Like, cause I had a feeling. No, but you had a feeling what was going to happen. I thought I had a feeling. I didn't think it would hit hard as it did when it first happened.
Oh yeah.
But once you realize that it is a gut punch, and I kind of expected it because it was Hereditary from that same guy. So I did expect it to hit pretty hard.
Dude, that movie Midsommar, it's fucking. I mean, even from the opening scene with the fucking, the hoses, the tubes down the parent's mouth, and it ended up being the sister, and then she also kills herself there. What got me the most were those god awful, gut wrenching cries that she was letting out. Dude, that like gave me goosebumps bad because it felt so fucking real. And the scene that had just happened, dude, oh my gosh. It fucking kicked me in the balls from the very beginning, dude. It was nuts.
Yeah, dude. It was unsettling.
Yeah.
Seeing that guy take that spill, and him lying there, you're just like, oh my God, like this is just gut wrenching. And don't they take the rock and smash him? Like that was the most, like, you're thinking like, oh my God, he just took a bad spill. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, this went from that to that. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It was.
Someone tell James Ballard. Oh, fuck.
James dug it, man.
He's talking mad shit. I invited him on the show, and all he can say a goddamn thing, but he's knows me now.
Why did you invite him on the show? He has worse internet than you do right now.
Wait, what did you say?
Why'd you invite him on the show? He has worse hair than you do right now.
Internet.
Fuck
He
Internet.
has worse internet than you do right
Oh,
now.
internet. Well, you do need a haircut too, but you bought a toy.
Is my internet that bad, dude? God.
So no, you're good now. You're coming in. So what was one of the comics on the edge? Have you seen Midsommar yet?
No, you know what? It's on my list though. I heard pretty good things about it.
It's
I don't know if
fucking
I'm
great.
ready for the I hear it's pretty crazy. So
Dude,
I don't know.
well, yeah, I don't want to spoil it out too much. I mean, it's something definitely you should watch without any spoilers, like going in head on. It's a fucking trip.
Have
It's
you
a
seen
trip.
Hereditary?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I'd always watched Hereditary before. I think Hereditary is way better.
Yo, you got a question right here for y'all.
quick question for the panel and chat. How do you like to watch your horror movies? In the dark or with low lighting? And by yourself or with family and friends? I'll let everyone go around before I jump on in there.
I
What
like
you
to watch Naked with Robert on the Edge. That's my preferable way of watching horror movies. He gives really good cream pies.
Yeah, you're the receiver of them, so
Hey,
They're very low grade.
he says he likes the way they bleach his asshole. So
Way to set the mood. That's horrific.
tension's low.
Oh my God, dude.
Welcome
Chris,
to the
how
love
do
dates.
you like to watch your horror movies, brother?
Yeah, man, you got to watch him in the. Oh, so Denthead, he fucking tells me he's watching him on his cell phone.
I was at work, man.
Yeah, it was watching it. How are you gonna watch a horror movie?
The internet was. I don't have anything else to do.
You know, it must be nice. Shit.
Glenn said in the dark, holding Steve's hand. Lock him, bro. Lock him up. Yo, so I watch my shit in the dark.
Yeah,
Gotta be in the dark.
Pitch black.
like a man.
Yeah, dude, pitch black. I want it dark. If I do watch them, yeah, I want them in the dark. There are some that I will watch a little earlier so that they don't stick with me.
Kind of watching cartoons afterwards or something. Get it off.
Yeah. If you're watching something really serious, really dark, real demonical, and you kind of believe in those kind of things, or you've seen certain things, or if you've had paranormal things happen to you, I think that really sets in your mind too. I mean, and experiences. I mean, they can either happen to everybody, or they don't happen to many. So, I mean, you have to be very prone to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but totally dark. You want it to fuck with your senses, because if you're watching a film, the like to Jay's point, the score is what kind of sets the tone and gets you ready because it gets the adrenaline pumping. You know,
Oh,
like
definitely.
your heart's starting to beat. You know that something eerie is going to happen, but you just can't set your foot to it, and you know, like it's going to come out of nowhere. So it's more or less it's a psychological thing that's playing with you. So you have to be. I mean, once you watch so many flicks, you kind of get to a point where you're like, it's like a comic book reading. You know the tropes and everything like that. You're just like, what's? I think this is going to happen. Sometimes they get you out of nowhere. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know that was going to happen. And that's the best part. That's where you give a, like to a grace presence to the director and the creator, man.
Like M. Night Shyamalan? Is that what you're talking about?
No. There's some few misses he got there, bro. I mean, Sixth Sense was a good one, but he set the tone there.
Definitely overhyped, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that's a great movie, but I enjoy watching the horror movies in the dark, pitch black. I have a couple of jack-o'-lanterns that stay up year-round in the room because I love horror, so I'll turn those on as well, regardless of what horror movie I'm watching. Just because it looks cool, you see all the fucking snarling, smiling faces bouncing off the shadows. But pitch black, man, horror movies are the way to go. I enjoy being scared. It lets me know I'm still alive. It gets the adrenaline pumping, my heart going. I think everyone's entitled to one good scare, as you all have heard before. Pitch all the way in the dark, man. Scary movies.
Yeah. I personally liked. What's that?
I was highlighting that The House of the Devil by the Book Abyss, who just mentioned it. That is a fantastic movie as well. The sound score for that is super fucking dope too.
Oh, what about Reanimator?
I haven't watched Reanimator. Question: is The House of the Devil the one where they? No, that's not it. That's not the play on the Twilight Zone. I held the devil in the house.
Nah,
where they lock him in the cellar.
No, so The House of the Devil is pretty much this girl, teenage girl, maybe like late teens, early 20s. She takes this job, pretty much to housekeep, like what I'm doing here. Knock on wood, hopefully nothing happens. She goes and she picks up a job housekeeping for this old like Vatican house, and weird shit starts happening out, and then the owners end up being like the leader of this fucking demon cult, and shit starts getting wild, man. The name of the director is not coming to me. He's fairly new, somewhat new, but yeah, that movie is definitely worth a check out. It's shot like it was filmed in the 80s. It's fucking dope. The House of the Devil is pretty dope.
I'll have to check that out for sure. You watch a lot of films and sometimes you just forget the names.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna check it out. I probably haven't watched it though, but dude, much love. Thanks.
Yeah, I've enjoyed talking horror movies with you guys, and I say, let's all shoot the shit. We did our reviews for the movies, and who wants to talk about some of their favorites? You might want to go around the table. Robert, you got a couple favorites you want to put us on game with, sir?
Favorite movies?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love one of my favorite movies of all time is Trainspotting. I don't know if you ever watched it, but I fucking love that movie.
Like a true heroin addict, you would say.
Yeah, all right. Isn't it ironic?
So give the chat a little premise so that it could allow them to set the tone, turn off the lights. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Well,
talk to them.
It is no horror movie, but it kind of takes you through like a group of friends that try to kick heroin and the weird shit that happens, their mindset and everything. It's pretty trippy. I mean, and coming from somebody that hasn't done any drugs, I just think it's an amazing movie. Ewan McGregor's in it. There's a couple other big actors that that are in it, but yeah, it's pretty trippy. I love it. Every time I pass through it, when it's on a channel, I'll just stick around and watch it.
Have you watched Requiem for a Dream?
Oh
yeah, but
That's a fuck.
That's a dope one, dude.
Ash to ash.
100%.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. That movie, Rec Room for a Dream, is insane. It's a good movie, though. I think going back into the horror stuff, like, as everyone found out, my favorite horror movie of all time is Night of the Living Dead. I love zombie movies. That was one of the first movies I saw growing up. I just thought it was fucking great. But, I mean, we grew up in that era of, like, Tales from the Crypt and the original Child's Play and the Candymans and the Exorcist. Those are all considered, they're still fucking classics. I mean, I know I can't be the only one who was, 6, 7 years old, maybe 10 years old, HBO waiting for fucking Tales from the Crypt. Like before comics, before I was even interested in comics, Tales from the Crypt, and they had everybody on it: Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt.
Man, how old are you, dude?
How
old are you?
I'll be 34 this July.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was your era, I remember watching those, like staying up and watching those too. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite. I have the box set Tales from the Crypt. I put it on every fucking October. I got it, like, Tales from the Crypt probably defined everything I love about horror. You know what I mean? The extra pulp stories, the nudity, the gore, the slashers, the werewolves, the vampires, the monsters, all that shit. Tales from the Crypt is like my go-to, in which opened the door to everything.
I really enjoyed watching the beginning scenes of the Crypt Keeper. I just thought it was like cool,
I wish I could play it, but
do you know how to play anything on that?
Chopsticks, probably, maybe.
Or are you just trying to flex?
No, it was the comedic relief at the beginning of this thing. But I can't play this.
That doesn't even sound right, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dude. It's so fucking low grade of me. Hey, you know what?
I think Tom Hanks did it better.
What'd you guys think of Eli Roth's Green Inferno?
I fucking love that movie.
That fucking movie is the shit. It is gnarly. Fuck yeah, it is gnarly.
I fucking love that. I saw it in theaters, and
me too.
I got to do that, dude. It's a great movie. Crazy. The Cannibal Holocaust in the same sense, almost, but the story was a lot better than I expected it to be, man.
Yeah, there were some real just gory scenes, yo.
Yeah, very gory scenes, dude.
Man, you guys got Count Von Strange in the chat, and he's all about this shit right now.
Yeah, I noticed he said he would talk some favorites. I dropped the link in there. Maybe I need to redo that there and let Count Von Strange come in and kick it. I love a lot of things. Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, Boris Karloff is amazing. The classics are dope. Nosferatu, super fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. You can't hate on that.
Also, fun fact, Matt, Count Von Strange looks like he would star in a horror movie too.
Yeah, definitely. Salem's Lot, hell yeah, that was
like welding an axe or something.
Oh man, you never want that, man.
Yeah, fuck.
like you imagine you taking out the trash, just going to take out the trash, and your backyard has just a long path. You know for a fact that you have to walk back, but you see someone with an axe there.
A white man with a beard holding an axe and a beanie.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you run? I mean, do you sit there? I mean,
nah, you fight. You fight.
Yeah. You fight or flight. You got to fight or flight.
I'm going down fighting.
Yo, what about 13 Ghosts?
Oh, 13 Ghosts was dope. 13 Ghosts was dope. It had its moment. I think in first watching it, it did more than what it really should, right? Yeah. Now, if you look at it, you're like, oh, I can watch it. Whatever.
You're right. It doesn't hold. It definitely does not hold up. I think I'll say that it doesn't.
And you know what? To go to the Human Centipede, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen the Human Centipede Part 1. That movie is completely fucked up. And as I'm saying, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read something about how it's just like they asked if the design of a human centipede would really work out that way, or they went and got it like medically approved to put it in the movie to prove like, hey, this could really happen type of deal. Has anyone heard that? Is that true?
I think it
I
reminds
don't
me of
think
another.
so.
That'd be fucking nuts, bro.
Have you ever heard of Tusk?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Kevin Smith.
Kevin
Yo.
Smith, dude.
That movie's dope.
My wife hates it. I think that is gotta be top 100 movies of all time. I
That's just fucking nuts.
Tusk is the shit.
dude, I don't even like. If she's probably not in here, but she would probably say something like "dumbest movie ever made." But I loved it. It's terrifying. It's funny. It's just crazy. I love it.
You know what's crazy about that movie is that it evolved from a podcast, just them shooting the shit, talking about a movie that they would love to make, and it evolved into a straight up movie. That's crazy.
Nuts.
That
crazy.
And
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit.
All right, well, what are we waiting on, guys? Let's get to fucking brainstorming business right now.
Talking about staying up late to watch horror. Who watched this?
Ooh, Alfred Hitchcock, bro. You gotta watch those classics, bro. Classics all day long, bro.
Yeah, dude, Alfred Hitchcock. I love Psycho, and I love the fact that he still chose to make it in black and white, even when color was already around during film at that time. Psycho's fucking dope. Janet Leigh is a hottie for sure.
I got to give shout outs to Moonlit. She asked in the chat, I know Jay highlighted it, but are you a fan of Rob Zombie films? And I got to say 100%, man.
Oh, yeah.
1000%, man. The Firefly trilogy, Halloween 2 sucked, but I think he did that on purpose just to piss off the studio.
Devil's Rejects was good, dude. Or House of a Thousand Corpse 2, man.
Devil's Rejects
was all right.
My top horror films, and I was just recently watching that. That movie is fucking intense, very intense, and I love it, man. All the soundtracks to the movies are good too.
Yeah. Can I give a shout out to James? Sasha Grey is a great actress.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Sasha Grey.
Oh, we need that Spine Ticks clip again. We need that Sith Lord clip. Yo, my man next up on the panel. You've heard of him. He's the man, the myth, the legend. You count once, you count twice. I don't know why I pulled that up. We got my man Count on Fame.
That's a freestyle right there. What's up, boy?
What's going on?
Where's your beanie at, dude?
I cut all my hair off. I don't need it.
With the fucking shirt too. We're so low grade, and my man comes in with a horror shirt on, and
he fucking changed his shirt for sure for this.
Oh yeah, I did for sure.
He planned it out. He planned it out, yo. He was like,
yeah. And let's
he's all trying to wrinkle it up, like, yeah, dude, I've been wearing all day.
Yeah, it's. I had this on for 2 days.
I had some barbecue sauce right here.
Right, and having him with the Halloween shirt, dude. Let's talk about that. John Carpenter's one of his many fucking classics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a great movie. It's lasted, as long as it has. It's still on top. So, it's not my favorite though.
No,
I think I like Halloween 3 better.
Really?
Yeah. Being that it was meant to be an anthology series, and then I think Myers would have been he would have been a better character if he would have died in 2 and stayed dead.
Season 3, Season of the Witch, number 3 is pretty fucking cool because what kid doesn't love Halloween? And then you put on these fucking masks and they end up like killing you, I guess, ultimately.
Yeah, and Tom Atkins is in it, and he does a fantastic job. Yeah. So I think it might be my favorite. A little bit ahead of the first one.
Are you excited for this new one coming out, Halloween Kills?
Yeah, I am. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it. I thought 2018 was good.
I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Where you hear him breathing in the end through the mask, you're like,
oh my god, like such a great movie. I was not a fan of Zombie and what he did with the movies. The first one was tolerable. It wasn't terrible. The second one was one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. It was fucking terrible.
I think that's my least favorite of the franchise.
I mean, dude, Jade, I hope he did that on purpose because it was god awful.
Well, I only watched the second one once. I honestly enjoyed Rob Zombie's first Halloween, and I try to figure out like, did I enjoy it just because I'm a Rob Zombie fan when it comes to music and other movies, or was it really a good movie?
You might have liked it. I mean, it wasn't. The first one was. Yeah.
I've seen worse Halloween movies. I could say that much.
I don't know, man. I love Zombie, but
Have you guys seen Veronica?
Fuck yeah, dude. That movie is scary, creepy as fuck too. That's on
Yeah,
Netflix,
dude.
right?
And that's on Netflix. Yeah. If you guys want to see a pretty dope foreign film, look it up. Veronica.
It's in Spanish, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
mistaken.
Spanish. Yeah, it's this girl in Spain. She's out with her friends, and they go to this church, this school that's a church. They go to this area, and this is like what was like this basement, and they start playing like a Ouija board, and this spirit inhabits the girl, and in the opening scene, I mean, you see calls to 911 happening, but then you get the breakdown later in her story, and you see what happens to her, and dude, it's eerie. It's very scary. It's a pretty good foreign film. I really, for me, I think when I look at horror flicks, I'm looking at a lot more foreign films now, just because I think that they have a step up, right? They're looking at something different. Like Goodnight Mommy was a good one. I dug that. I like a lot of Japanese like horror films because they kind of set the tone. They really like if you read their mangas, they kind of like transfer it. They do it well. So definitely, I would go with Veronica if you wanted to look at another film on Netflix.
all right, I gotta watch something new. Anyways, we could do this again.
Oh,
We gotta do this like.
more episodes, man. We're gonna be assigning homework. You know, my next homework project is to learn a song.
All right. I'm gonna start flowing. I'm just kidding.
But that's awesome, man. I've had fun talking horror movies with you guys. It's been awesome.
I mean, it was something new. It just kind of happened, and we just ran with it. It worked. But we all watched our movies.
What do you think of The Grudge?
The Grudge is a good one. I mean, it like for its time, right? If you relook at it now, I mean, we're older, right? So
Yeah.
when we did see it, you first saw it and you were probably like, "Oh shit, that was good," or
Like
"Oh,
The Ring.
or yeah, The Ring." It was good. It was a good opening. I mean, it sets like these new films that are kind of being reinterpreted and thrown in there.
Right.
I think it's okay. I think it has its spin, but I think if you watch it on its foreign side, it's so much more better. I like right here. The nerdy mom just said the Japanese version of the Grudge was dope. Ritual.
Yeah.
The Ritual is good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of buddies. They go out into the woods, right? If I'm not mistaken, they go
Yeah,
camping or something like that.
Yeah, they're backpacking through. I want to say they're in like they're in a foreign country, but yeah, it's really trippy when you start watching it. It's like it's a trip I think a friend planned, and then they're doing it in his memory.
Oh fuck! Is it a foreign movie?
I think the actors are foreign, so probably.
Damn, there was this movie I recently watched where these guys took a trip because one of their friends died, and they took it for him.
Yeah, I think it's the same one, probably.
Damn, I just watched it, and there was some like creature at the end. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the Ritual.
that's it.
Yo,
That's the Ritual.
that movie. What's it called? Because I just
Ritual.
watched it.
Yeah,
The
the
Ritual.
I liked it. I really liked that movie. So that's a remake?
It's
No.
thunderstorming here, and I'm gonna end up watching a horror movie, and the power will probably go out again. Fucking A.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's hope not, right? I mean, we don't want that for you, dude.
I'm down, bro. Like, I would love one of these days, low grades, to go on a live ghost hunt.
That'd be
Shit.
awesome.
Or y'all could sit with me even like this. I mean, I'm not sure if Ross would do it in his own neck of the woods, maybe not. But there are some haunted places in Texas that I could definitely go to. If I can.
Yeah, I'm down to see you. See you.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. I'd be
I'm down
terrified.
to. Yeah, I'm down to see you shed some tears.
I do.
Dude.
Blair Witch style, you know?
Yeah, man. I'm grabbing a Virgin Mary candle, a freaking cross. Dude, if I have to go in to do that, do that stuff, man. I'm like gonna be like, I don't know where I'm walking into. Let me do some homework. Let my butt cheeks pucker up a little bit, because, like, and I gotta maybe hold on to somebody's arm, maybe, just in case I need to, like, stiff arm a little forward, and then maybe get a good sprinter's run.
Steve, you got to prove that your butt cheeks pucker up, though. You know.
Hey man. That's for the weekends, bro.
Oh, dude, there it is.
You know what I mean?
A low-grade ghost hunt. I think we're gonna have to set something like that up in the near future.
If you play Shake It Like a Salt Shaker, dude, I'll drop it like it's hot right now. You know what I mean? I'll clear this room out real quick.
But see, that's the thing. Like, ghosts are very scary, but I also know in the sense that some are spirits just trying to pass on by. They're moving and grooving. They're stuck in this realm called Earth, and maybe I'm just oblivious to it. But I know all spirits don't want to hurt me, so I'm down to go and be like, yo, ghost, what's up? I'm about to smoke this J. I hope you're not gonna fuck with me. I won't fuck with you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Can we get Jay to a haunted house? Man, we gotta take it.
Oh my god!
Because I'm not a believer. I don't really like.
I think it'd be fucking great.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not a believer.
Nah, I don't believe in like afterlife or spirits.
Or... So let me set the premise to this for Jay.
All right.
You just said you were smoking a J. Okay. Let's say you're at a house. It's dark, right? Pitch black. The J is the only thing that's lit. You hit the freaking light. As soon as you hit the light, there's just a bit of light, and there's not a person there, but to your face, you see someone's head, like their face in the flame, like that, and then all of a sudden it disappears. What the hell do you do with that J? What the hell do you do with that J? Do you drop it, or do you just give it?
You also
just run.
No, Denhead's right. Denhead's right. He'd be like, "That's some good ass weed."
Oh my god, dude! I would be like, just drop it, and then all of a sudden be like, "Peace the fuck out."
Well,
you could. I would, dude.
Just blow my shotgun.
Yeah, dude.
Low grade ghost hunt, right? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I think it'd be fun. I don't really mind it. I love haunted houses. I love haunted attractions. I've had a couple of fair share little experiences. I've spoken with Steve about growing up. Family stories we hear over time. A lot of my family is from the border town in Texas, so it's very rich with war history and things of that nature. So I've heard some pretty fucking crazy stories, and I've witnessed like two things. But yeah, I think a ghost hunt would be amazing. I think having you guys as the panel here with me, we can highlight that guy. We could take a trip and go find some ghosts. Go catch some spookies out there running around, man.
Right. Hey, you know what?
CV Strange, are you down or what?
Oh yeah, I would go.
Oh, he's for
in
sure
a heartbeat,
down. Dude. Hey, that fucker has a Jeep, dude. You guys could go all terrain and shit to different like areas in the woods.
A Jeep too, bro. Let's go fucking do this. Let's go find the Blair Witch.
Hey, yeah, bring the loot.
You don't wish that.
Yeah, dude. Do you really? Do you really want to go out there, dude? I remember my friend went to Colorado, and he used to ride his bike, and he went riding like out in the sticks to do like just mountain biking, and he parked his car like off into the wilderness, and he came back, and I've known this guy for forever, dude. I worked with the guy since I was 18, still know him to this day, and so he's out, he's coming back, the sun's coming down, and he's getting in his car. It's like dark already. He has his bike in there, has the hood up, and he's like trying to start the car. It's not starting, dude. It's like stalling. He has jumper cables in the back, but as he's looking at the rearview mirror, dude, he sees like someone's face, like in the back of his like camper from the window, like you could see it right through there. He's just like, and he freaking stays in the car. He locks the door, dude. He waits there, and all of a sudden it disappears. So he's like, oh shit. He's like, holy shit. There's no reception up in that area. So he's fucked with his phone, dude. So he has to make a choice. Get out, get the jumper cables, and then go. And I mean, that's exactly what the fuck he did, though. But he said he was scared shitless, dude. That's so far out in like the wilderness. Like, there's so much out there that you really don't know. There's people that have died. You know, like history, massive amounts of history. Like, I live in the what the word would be like Valley of the Winds, right? It's in the 805 area. It's like creeping into like where. Like they like where those hills are at.
Like by Magic Mountain?
Not by Magic Mountain. Who's the guy that had the ranch? Charles Manson. Charles Manson.
Oh, you're talking about Spawn Ranch?
Yeah. So I'm not that far from there, dude. I can take the way up to the road. I mean, and park and walk that. But it's fucking crazy, dude. Like he would tell me something like that. He was just like, it was like I didn't even think I didn't leave any lights on. The car was on. He's like, I'm in the car and I hear like what's something out, like it looks to be outside. As soon as he looks at his rearview mirror, it's like in the like what looked to be like a face in the back. And when he went there, he grabbed his stuff, he got it, he jumped his car and left and was gone. But it's shit like that. Like you just don't really know. Like and if you are able to see it, and you're able to witness it, in most cases, you're probably like, you try to rationalize. You're like, oh, maybe it's just this, or maybe it's just that. But there's a feeling that you get, a looming feeling of doubt, a dread, an unsettling feeling. I can't really explain it. It is the most scariest thing that, like, your heart really sets in. It starts to beat. You're like, oh my God, this is about to happen. Or am I really witnessing it? Am I really feeling this? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say, man.
Yeah. You gonna cry about it or what?
I might, dude. Come console me, bro.
Hey, can I say?
Did you ever
something? Hold on, Matt. So there's only room for one Grailkeeper, so I'm gonna get going. Thanks for having me, Steve and Danhead, our arch enemies, fucking the low grades. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
All right, man. See you losers later.
See you,
Thanks.
loser.
Bye.
Bye, loser.
Bye, losers.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go like explore abandoned buildings and stuff when you were younger?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I had there was a house across the street from me when I was growing up. The family named Caparillos lived there, and they were on a family trip. And this is the crazy part. They were on a family trip, and their house got struck by lightning. And I remember the sound of it. It was so loud, and my dad was out back, and he like ran inside. He's like, holy fuck, the Caparillo's house just got struck by lightning. And it basically, all but exploded it. And we used to go in there after the fire and like walk through the whole house, and it was all toast. And you could see like burnt toys and shit. And, we were young, so we're convinced anything like that is haunted. So we would go exploring and freak ourselves out. That was probably one of the only times I remember thinking I was exploring like a haunted place. But I can't say that I believe. So I don't think not that I wouldn't get scared being somewhere that I'm unsure of or dark and damp and lonely. But I don't know. I don't believe in. So I don't know.
In my town, we when I was younger, we had a hospital. It got shut down. It was like a small city block, and it was 3-story hospital, and in the bottom story was an ER. And I don't remember if they shut it down for asbestos or what, but they closed it, evacuated it. And I think when I was in college, so I was about 20. A few guys from me like that I work with, we went and broke in there one night through the back door, and we like marched through the whole hospital, down the ER, all kinds of stuff. Like,
oh my God.
I wish I could say like something did happen, but I was so scared I was going to get arrested that I wasn't like paying attention to anything else. But man, it was weird. They left everything like when they evacuated. So there's like furniture still in it before they tore it down. Pictures were still hanging up on walls. It was a wild just situation.
It kind of reminds me of this movie. It's like an indie movie called Session 9. Have you ever seen that?
Oh man.
Session 9.
Man.
It's kind of like an abandoned hospital of sorts where they go and do like a document. It kind of reminds me of what you're saying. They go there and shit starts happening. They left everything as is. It's kind of like a mental hospital. And I think that it's the atmosphere that scares me. So I mean, it's not that I wouldn't be scared of places like that. It's just the last thing that I think I'd be scared, even if I knew nothing was going to happen. Like you're not. I don't think anything's going to happen. But you've seen so many horror movies and you've seen so many scary movies. Like I know after a scary movie, nothing's going to happen. But I've watched movies where I get freaked out.
Yeah, dude.
So,
We got a question coming in from the chat really fast, guys.
Favorite Stephen King
film.
Hmm,
Panel, you want to give around?
that's kind of tough.
I
Uh,
like The Shining, but The Reckoning is actually a pretty good one too.
Yeah. He's had his hand on a lot of movies that I like. That it's and not all of them are like super serious. Like I like Maximum Overdrive, and he played a part in that, and that was a fun movie to watch. But at the same time, like Children of the Corn's good. I like Silver Bullet.
Fuck yeah.
Children of the Corn's classic.
Yeah.
What was the
Pet Cemetery?
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, Carrie.
Carrie's a good one. Cujo. Was that a Cujo?
Cujo. Yeah.
Cujo was another one as well.
Those are, I mean, he did.
It's
I've
so
actually-
cliche of me to say that. Like I love Pet Cemetery. I mean, The Shining, but Thinner. If anyone ever saw?
Oh yeah, Thinner was a good one with the gypsies.
Yeah, with the gypsies, man.
Yeah, that was good
one
too.
Pretty fucking good, dude.
Was The Thing Stephen King?
No.
No.
That's a
So when you were in that hospital, you were just afraid of possibly getting arrested.
yes.
All right, let me kick you down. Jay knows this. All right, so I live maybe like 2 towns down from what you were saying is a hospital, but there used to be an asylum, and they did lobotomies there, electrotherapy.
And the
Yeah.
endoscopies.
Yeah, they had a ton of shit that was there, dude, and it was closed down for the longest time. A lot of people went there. There was somebody. I can't remember the trumpet player, but that off the top of my head, there was a famous trumpet player that was in L.A. that walked around naked in a hotel, and they freaking took him. They put him in that ward, and they say at night like this ward is no longer a ward. It's like they have half of it cut off, but the other half is what's called Channel Island Harbor School, right? And it's in the sticks, dude. Like it's in the like there's crops you get off. It's in a town in Camarillo. So you pass the airfield, and then there's just crops. You just go and you drive down. The drive at night is just scary in itself because there's just nothing but crops. You're going down this turnabout and what looks to be like a tree that of The Conjuring, a dead tree that you could see somebody like die from. If I was to lighten the situation, I would probably say it looked to be like a Nightmare Before Christmas-ish. But we're driving down, and this is where my cousin lives. Like, she doesn't tell me where she lives. She's just like, hey, like, just come over, hang out, and stay the night, and just chill. I'm like, all right, cool. And, like, we're driving, and I'm, like, on the phone with her, and I on my Bluetooth, I'm like, where the fuck are we going, dude? We're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. And she's like, quiet. And I'm following her. And I remember this place because I went there. Like, I didn't know the ward was on the other end. It's like this place called Scary Dairy. And it's all tied in. So these patients that used to be at the ward used to have a job at the dairy, and it was not that far. Like the ward's on this end, the dairy's a little bit further. And there's like folklore or tales that like somebody that left that ward ended up like killing the people that worked in that dairy, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that have gone like in hot fences. It went so far that they block it. They fenced it up so that you can't get to the other side. But there's mad specter there, dude. I mean, it's just there's ghost sightings and everything. And we end up parking, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay for an hour and I'm gonna leave. That's not what fate decided. I'm like, all right. I'm like telling my cousin, all right, I'm out of here, dude. I don't want to get caught by a ghost. And as soon as I'm like joking and I'm fucking laughing, I look out the window and my car's parked right in the front. From the left side of the ward, I see this blanket of fog just coming down, and it's like a wave. It's just slowly coming down, and I'm looking at it from the left all the way down to my car. You can't see anything. It's like pitch, like the fog is just blanketing over. And I look at my cousin, I'm like, I guess I'm not fucking going anywhere because I ain't going out there. And so
Fuck.
I look at her and she's like, oh, you know, like I'll stay with you, you know, I'll stay with you in the front room, you know. And she ends up confessing to me. She goes, hey, so there's been some like crazy shit that's happened in the apartment, and I'm a little afraid. Her husband goes to the school, but he's also in the Coast Guard. So he right now at this point in time he's away. So it's just me and her son, and the son's like 5. My nephew's 5, and so you know, like we're all in the front room, and we're laying there, we're asleep. All of a sudden, it's like 3:30 in the morning. Like that's the worst hour to wake up. Worst hour to wake up. And I look, and I look to where I thought was my cousin was at. She's gone with her son. And I'm like, I see the door in the room closed, and I'm like, this fucking bitch just left me for my goddamn self. And I'm laying there. I see the light in the corner, like to his bathroom. Their like rooms are separated. And I look, and I have this gut feeling that something's looking at me from the basin of the sink, and like they're just, you know, like looking from the mirror. I could see the reflection, and I just feel like I'm not wanted there. And I feel it's harmful. And all of a sudden, I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh shit! And I just turn around, dude. I put my back to the wall, and I'm like, oh dear God, please, please, just put me to sleep, because I could feel it like staring over me. Next morning, my cousin comes out. She's all chipper and shit, and I'm like, you fucking. I can't even believe you fucking did this to me. You left me out here. She's like, you were snoring so loud we couldn't take it. We had to leave. And we're making light of it because that's what happens. Like, I mean, you get scared at the moment, and like after the fact, it's like almost getting hit by a car, right? You get this like jolt, and you just start laughing. You're like, I almost died, you know, or whatever the case may be. So I make light of it, and I look at her. I'm like, I'm never staying here again. And we start laughing. We're like laughing. We're joking. We turn around, dude. All the fucking cabinets are open.
What the fuck?
All the fucking cabinets are open. She looks at me and she goes, did you open these? I go, I'm out of here. I fucking left. I was like, I'm never coming here again, dude. Never. Swear to God. Swear to God.
Where at? Where was this again?
It's in Camarillo. If you guys don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. Channel Islands Harbor. Channel Islands University, and look up that it used to be a ward. Look up Scary Dairy. In the middle of that, those two places are dorms. So they're apartments. So it's smack dab in the middle. You got the ward there along with the school, the freaking apartments for the dorms that people stay, and then Scary Dairy that's fenced on the other side. And there's warning signs. They're like, do not come here. Paranormal activity has been cited. For real. I swear to God.
Trades meet up. Let's do this. Let's
telling you, the fucking close front.
It was freaky, dude, because I mean I'm like you, like I was like you. I've had a couple things happen. I try to rationalize it. I'm like, oh, this probably happened, or no, this happened. But to see fog blanket my car from the left side to like the right, and just kind of like walk its way over to the left, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not going out there. There's no way in hell I'm gonna go out there. Yeah. It blanketed my car. I couldn't even see it. That's how. Think of like Fresno or like Barstow. If you guys have been up north, like in Northern California, and driven like to Fresno or Barstow, then you guys know what I'm talking about. Or like Tulare, there is fog that you can't even see past what you're driving. That's exactly the type of fog that just went like and blanketed my car. I couldn't even see my car. I looked out there and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, I'm not going out. But
I got one little story.
When you're able to sense spirits, or I mean, Jay and I have talked, dude. I've had some crazy shit, some crazy instances where it made me like rethink about myself. I was just like, did this really happen? Like I said, I try to rationalize it, right? Most people are gonna look at you and go, oh, you know, like you're full of shit, or this, that, or the third. But there are people out there, like you have medians. But the thing is like when you do experience it for yourself, you're left with a certain uncertainty too. I mean, if you could feel like, if I put it this way, if I go to a place I can walk in that place and possibly like look around and like kind of feel it. I can feel like I'm not wanted there automatically. And this is just, I mean, I have family that has done this further. You know, I have cousins that are, you know, like their shit is enhanced like to the 10th level. Like they do tarot cards, they do readings, they do all types of shit. But for this kind of shit, like for me to experience it and to be able to feel like I could walk into a place and go, oh yeah, I'm not wanted here. Like it doesn't happen everywhere. It doesn't happen everywhere.
You can sense the energy though. When you're walking into a place that is possibly or probably haunted, you feel the energy. It is thick. It is very dense. It is there, bro. For non-believers like my co-host, you need to go through something and you need to have that experience to where you're going to be like, all right, this is nuts. I got a story over, like I said, a lot of my family is from the south of Texas, in a place called Edinburgh, and it's about, I don't know, maybe an hour away from Mexico, right? So my uncle owns some land, about 10 acres, and across this 10 acres is multiple houses, which is my uncle, great-grandmother, an aunt, and some cousins. So my aunt Vicky, she used to babysit us when my mom would go to work. As we got older, they would tell stories of my aunt Vicky's house. And growing up, we never wanted to fucking go over there. It was just always tense. It was always creepy as fuck, dude. It was just, not only is it an old person's house, but it was just fucking scary. Well, as we got older, we heard a story that supposedly the devil's gold is buried underneath that house. We used to laugh about it. It was always something like, telling us that to go to sleep. Excuse me. They want us to go to sleep early, whatever. And then one day my mom told me, and everyone around the campfire, she goes, no, straight up, if you go into your Tia Vicky's house, look on the walls. Now, these are old wood panels, like distressed wood. It's an old house all across the walls. And she goes, you'll find the faces of people who tried to dig up that gold before the house was put on the property. So when you go and look at it, the walls, the faces are like stretched the fuck out. You see like eyes looking up. You see these mouths. I don't know if it's something they used to tell us just to scare the shit out of us as kids or if it's really true, but it scared the fuck out of me enough to where as we get older as adults, we decided to take the ATVs over to Tia Vicky's house and cruise around. So we're cruising around. It's dark as fuck. We hit the backyard and we're like, do you really think it's here? Do you think the gold is here? And the radio turns on. I don't know if it was something, a wind that turned on the radio, if it was a cat. I don't fucking know, but it was enough to scare the shit out of me. So I'm a believer in the ghosts.
I would say Texas is a really good spot because it's so vast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can drive out there, dude. There's mass amounts of history. I want to say, like, dude, up north, there's mass amounts. So you can't tell me like New York, like Rhode Island, Maryland. As you're taking those roads that kind of veer off into wherever places go, man, there's more shit that's happened out there than anything. There's vast amounts of woods and timber, and I mean, just for God's sakes, it's if you're a camper, you might want to reassess your inks unless you're going somewhere where I don't know, like even Yosemite, dude. Yosemite has spots where people have committed suicide. People don't camp out there in like that specific area. It's been told that they've seen like some chick kind of like there lost, and she's trying to look for her way out, and she's taking you. You get disoriented because you're following her, and next thing you know, dude, you're falling off a cliff or something like that. I mean, from what I've read, I mean,
you should, yeah. You should listen. You should listen to David Paulides talk about Yosemite National Park.
There's more scary shit out there.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that happens out there. Apparently,
sweet Jesus, thank God, I have not camped out there since I was 10.
He says that place has like more like unexplainable missing persons, like, and it's only state park related. Like if you listen to it, it's wild. And he's a retired officer, And he investigates stuff like where people go missing and the cadaver dogs can't pick up a scent.
Holy
Just
hell.
like stuff that they just can't prove.
Her name's Ellen Dover. That lady. Yes. But dude, okay. So I used to go backpacking like when I was like maybe like 13, 14. I used to do like martial arts. And every summer we used to go to Yosemite and we used to backpack in the backcountry. Like the bathrooms, like no bathrooms. You have to find your spot, dig a hole. It's beautiful out there though, but it's so far in the sticks, dude. Like you're out backpacking. There's bears out there. You have to hang your stuff up. One time somebody left something in the campground, like food, and there was a bear there. Luckily, like everybody was asleep. Thank God, nobody got hurt. But I lost my brother, dude, one time. Like we were like my brother's 4 years younger than me. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but we were backpacking, right? And I was ahead. He like kind of slowed behind, dude. I lost him. I was looking for him. I'm like, where the hell did he go? Like there was a search party that went out. Luckily they found him, dude, but they found him like down another path somewhere. Like
Terrifying.
dude, it was fucking terrifying. And we found him, and dude, I'll never forget that day because I was not that far behind him. I told him I'm gonna freaking keep going, dude. I'll just catch up. And all of a sudden I turn around, he's gone, dude. He's just gone. And I asked him like, where the hell did you go? 1 minute you were like, I could see you, like within my peripheral, and then all of a sudden you were gone. He was like, dude, I don't know. I just went a different way, and luckily they found him. But I would never go back now, just because it's woods, right? I mean, if you're going backpacking, you got to be prepared. Nowadays, you never know what the hell could happen.
Let's fucking all meet up at Yosemite, including Rob.
I lost my brother.
Believer. And fucking hunt down some ghosts. A low-grade ghost hunt. Who's with me?
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, let me bring some Depends.
I have nothing to add to it. It's just fun to listen to you guys talk.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go camping.
I'd go.
Like you're full of shit.
Wait, what happened?
Ross is just out and down like y'all are full of shit.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna be the voice of. I always like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He would say, like with aliens, if we are surrounded by so much technology at all times and in all places, we all have high resolution cameras on us, and anything can go viral, and we see it. The dumbest shit can go viral within the minute. Correct?
Look at what we're doing now. We broke the internet.
But there stands more of a chance of there not being intelligent life outside of us than there would be that there is, because we would fucking have one video.
Unless they're just far more advanced than we are.
Well, didn't Joe Rogan break out that there was recent findings,
Okay.
and
About Commander David Farver's video and the ones off the coast where the military has jet fighters pick up sensors. Sensors pick up this thing, and in science, the first question you ask, like Neil deGrasse Tyson was just on, and basically kind of broke it down like a scientist would. And he says the first question you ask in that situation is, well, let's talk about the sensors. And they didn't. You got to talk about, okay, so the sensors picked it up. You can't pick up an object at 80,000 feet from the naked eye. You can't see that. And you can't perceive that kind of speed. So when they say their sensors picked it up, he says, well, sensors need to go through rigorous processes. When was the last time it was, upgraded or calibrated? Have you double checked your findings and all this? And I tend to always lean on the side of being a skeptic, because the proof is more in the fact that there is no facts. There's no facts to base it on.
There's facts, bro.
Huh? What?
There's facts, bro.
I want to see facts for myself in order to believe. Seeing for me is believing. I need to see tangible evidence. I'm not just going to go off people saying hearsay, because there's 9 times out of 10 there's a reason for what we think we are seeing something. Like, okay, for instance, I like your story. I think it's fucking great. The fog and the cabinets. Do you know what I'm thinking when I hear it? I'm thinking it's fog. Fog is real. And it just was a crazy coincidence. And the other thing was, what kid was fucking around with you opening up every single cabinet door? Or, you know, I'm just thinking of what I'm doing, trying to deduce here and trying to really break it down because I'm a smart person.
Sure, and that's exactly how I would. Anytime that happens to me, this is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay, this is this, but I also know there's a feeling I get, and I can't explain it. Like you said, you're looking for facts or rationalization and everything like that, but I can't explain the feeling. I just know that I'm not wanted there. I know it's an eerie feeling. And I've known it's happened more than once. So I have this isn't like a one hit a quitter story. I mean, I've had stuff happen throughout I'm 40 now. So I've had massive amounts of things like that just pick up and happen. And I'm just like, oh, I've had a friend that called me out of nowhere and was like, hey, you think you can bring some sage? And I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up? Like, what do you mean sage? This is a whole care package. You want to bring some like holy water or whatever?
I got some text for Sana.
Yeah, so something of that matter, dude. And he just moved into the house, and immediately in walking in, like I got already feel like there was a heavy presence there. It was very dark, very. Like I was squeamish. Like I couldn't stay in there, dude. I was out. I told him, hey, I don't want to freak you out or anything like that, but you might want to check with the realtor to see if anybody died here, possibly. Because nobody does that though. Like nobody really does that. You don't know. Like you don't. I mean, it's not a question that you would ask, of course, right? It's not like you're not gonna buy a fucking house and be like, hey, did anybody die in here? You know. But I mean, it happens. People die, and people go on. Sometimes they don't reach that other side, dude, and they're there. There's an in between, and.
But when you get into that, I see this is where you get into that thing like personal truths.
The house says, "Get out."
You have a belief system that believes certain things that allow you to believe what you're saying. Those are your personal.
Sure.
As you believe there is a spirit, you believe after someone dies there is a movement of said spirit. So I believe that allows you to find truths outside of what I can find, because I already am lost in my own truths, which say that I don't believe in a spirit and I don't believe in an afterlife. I think that's where it comes into play. But I always am the one who loves entertainment and loves So if I can get scared, what did you say in the beginning, J2? He was like, it's like an adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love you know what it makes me feel? Someone also brought up a car crash. It makes you feel alive, dude. When I feel fear of my own life, I've jumped out of a plane before. I've never felt so fucking, because I could die.
100%.
It's not a sick feeling. So say if you and if all of us do this low grade meetup and we go to this place that you said, and I will automatically be that guy that says, if my friend believes his truths to be true, I am his friend. Therefore, I want to step in your realm. I want to be open, because that's what, you need to always be receptive of other people and what they feel. So I would go into this situation, not making myself believe, because you can't do that, but having an open mind, an open heart, open ears, open eyes. And I would go kind of wipe the slate clean. And I go into this situation and I would take it as is. I don't know, just because I find fear in places, or if I feel a sense of dread, I don't know if that would be enough for me to say, I believe this, and this, but I love the fact and the idea that I could get scared. And
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. So let's fucking do it, man.
Bro.
Let's fucking do it.
Yo, shut the fuck up. I'm not making this shit up. No.
Dude, he's fucking with me right now.
No, shut the fuck up.
No, wait.
Yo,
hold it.
playing. I just heard the loudest fucking crash in my fucking house, and I'm alone.
Dude,
I'm
you better.
not fucking playing. And my
Dude.
dog just fucking ran out here. Yo, that's fucked up, dude. That's not,
No, dude.
bro. I'm not even for real. I just heard.
Dude, if you're fucking with me right now,
fucking dog
dude.
Sadie. Oh, fuck this shit, dude. This is.
Let's go ahead. We're opening doors.
Come on.
Popping his cherry.
Well, here goes the low grade ghost hunt.
Come on. Let's go outside. Let's go. I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
Oh, dude, Blair Witch. Steve said Blair Witch Project angles.
No,
Dude, if I see Ross on
Dude.
an angle, dude, I'm out.
Dude, I straight up fucking heard a loud crash in the house, and this dog just comes running out, and then I heard it again, and now my dog is sitting here bow-legged, like ready.
I hope your wife is about to scare the shit out of you.
Wait, hold on.
Hey,
Let me. Can I flip my? Hey, oh shit.
Dude, dogs sense that shit quicker than us, dude. So just be careful. Not saying this is going to be a movie, but I'm just pointing the facts out. They fucking see things way before us in their senses.
Why would that just happen right now, dude?
Hey, man, we're talking about it. I'm telling you.
Dude, and no one else heard it, right? Dude,
I didn't hear anything.
Timestamp it. Timestamp. When did that just happen? Because I want to go back and listen to this.
Mhm.
226.
Dude, what's behind you?
Yo, did you
Fuck
guys?
you, bro. Fuck you,
Yeah.
bro.
Did you, okay. So now rationalize that.
Yo,
You got. You got the. You got that.
Fucked up.
You got this, dude. You got this. A little bit.
I was sitting in the fucking kitchen, right? I'm over here, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting here telling you, and all of a sudden, all I hear is this, like, I'm like, oh fuck, like something's mad at me,
bro.
I swear to God, I just pissed something off.
Oh, be careful, bro.
I believe.
So,
I believe. Fuck this.
So, what's it called? I was gonna ask you something.
Okay, I'm good. You know what? It's probably the dog. It's a fat.
I was about to ask if you've ever experienced anything.
Yeah. You've never experienced anything, right, Ross?
I've experienced one thing, and then I was told that it was sleep paralysis. I still don't know if I believe it, but
Sleep paralysis can happen.
well, what vision was very tangible. I saw something, and it. They said it was sleep paralysis, so I kind of have to lean towards science. I don't want to because it was evil, and I felt it, and it was fucking. You know what got rid of it? A cat. Brought a cat in and introduced it. Man, what just fucking happened on the low grades, bro? I think I might believe right now. That was fucking.
No. You're talking about sleep paralysis, yo.
They're making you believe it's the low grade ghost hunt.
Y'all
And
sent a ghost here.
You see the chick in the middle, dude? She's looking at you.
Dude.
yo, take the camera in
No,
the
hey,
restroom and
no, I
hit some
just heard
Bloody
2
Marys
gunshots.
or some Candyman.
You heard 2
Yeah,
gunshots?
I'm hearing 2 gunshots. Holy fuck.
No, dude.
Oh, here we go.
Dude, I swear to God, if you fuck with me, like, I'm gonna leave this goddamn thing. I'm gonna be mad. He's like, just kidding, motherfuckers. I'm like, God, like I'm just gonna be like, damn it, you're making fun of me, and I'm just...
Unsubscribed.
Yeah, dude, don't walk behind. Dude, be very careful. The spirits have been
the fuck,
unleashed.
dude? I'm hearing a baby crying right now.
Oh, dude, that may be a cat. That might be a...
Yeah.
Yo, dude, this is some.
I heard.
My dog's going crazy.
Wait, did
Okay, I'm
anybody
gonna
hear a
stay
baby
outside.
cry?
I just heard that.
Did you guys hear? No, that's Jay. That's Jay. That's Jay. Jay, dude, that's horrible, dude. I almost thought about it for a little bit. He's
One more time. How was that, bro? How'd you do that? One more.
Y'all not fucking playing it. Y'all are the ones who believe.
Oh my God, dude. That's what happens, bro. You talk about the spirits. Nah, you ain't. Go back in the house, bro.
You
Just
see that
leave the
famous
door
clip? Running around.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, dude. If he had that, dude. If that happened right now and he's booking it, I'm sorry, bro. The phone calls are coming from inside your house. This is right now. The chat is picking the plot right now. This is hilarious and all kind of messed up too. Wesley, turn the lights on, bro.
Oh fuck. Man.
Were you fucking with us or what?
It was fireworks.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
Dude,
fireworks.
Jay, you scaring the shit out of me right now, bro. I'm thinking that shit's real, dude. I'm like hearing it in my ear. I'm like, okay, is that a baby crying or? All right, we're back, guys. I mean, Ross went outside and he's assessed. He's assessed that nothing had happened.
Shout out to the chat for hanging out with us, man.
Gosh, god damn it.
The chat's been active. They've been hanging. They're loving the ghost stories, the horror movies. They've been throwing out Stephen King films, man. Shout out to it says 10 people that are watching. Hey, 10. Thank you.
Yeah, that was.
And Ross's house, his place is haunted. That's for.
No, it was fireworks. I just walked outside and saw.
I told you I put a surprise in that box.
Mm-hmm. See,
Yo, I was legitimately scared for a good fucking 10 minutes there. They got me.
Okay.
Then I
Okay,
just saw
we'll see.
firework. See, so
Now-
science wins out. I just saw the fucking firework. We're good.
Maybe the lights go out and you watch a scary movie.
No, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I can watch a scary movie here tonight. I want my wife. I miss my wife now.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
watch
I mean, I'm telling you, bro. I mean, well, let you have one good experience. Like you were talking about sleep paralysis, man. I told Jay this too, dude. I was in Vegas one time, and I don't want to go. I don't want to tell a story that if we're getting towards the end. Jay, Ross, talk to me, dude. I don't want to. We could save that for later.
Wait, what?
They're great, bro. Who said anything about ending?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just checking with y'all.
Him and I actually have nothing to do this weekend, so we were like, we might just.
We're gonna break the Spine Ticks record of 7 years, or at least try to. We'll probably
Okay.
30 minutes.
All right, here's another story, dude. You're talking about sleep paralysis. So my cousins and they live in Vegas. They live in the ghetto part of Vegas, dude. They've lived there for years. There's a lot of activity, like gang activity. People have gotten shot, died, out there. Well, my cousins call me and they're like, hey, every year I go to Vegas. Every year I go to Vegas. I stay in Vegas for about a week or two and just get away. And this one time I go to their house. I've never been to their house, mind you. As soon as I walk in, I look at my cousin. We walk by my aunt's room, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "Anybody die in here or something like that? I just need to know." And then
Why did you ask that?
Because I felt it. I felt it right when I walked down the hall, dude. And it was very heavy. It was like a heavy, eerie feeling on my chest. And he's like, no, dude, no, nothing's happened. He held out on me after the fact. When I told him what happened, he tells me. But so my cousin's a DJ. He doesn't live in his place anymore. In his room. He moved in with his girlfriend, so that room's empty. So I'm staying there, and everybody goes to bed at night. The lights are out, and my cousin goes into his room. He closes the door. He's like, "All right, peace." My aunt is in her room. And I'm facing what would be the window, towards the corner. The bed's right next to the computer chair, and I'm watching manga. I'm reading manga, and I'm looking through the reflection because I'm starting to turn shit down. And I look, oh shit! And I look in the what would be the screen, the monitor, and as I'm shutting it off, I see somebody walk by.
Yo,
and,
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, that's it, dude. Oh my god, dude, he has a mask on. Okay, so I'm looking at the reflection, and I see someone walk by, and I'm like, okay, well, it's probably either my cousin or my aunt. They probably went, they're probably going to the bathroom. And so I'm like, all right. I turn off the the computer, and something tells me to his bed, the bed is the head of the bed is facing towards the doorway, right? So something tells me sleep the other way at the foot of the bed towards the doorway. Not and I don't know like how to tell you this, but it just had this feeling. I'm like, don't sleep like that. Sleep the other way. Oh, Ross is gone. We gotta pray, bro. The lights are going out. So as I'm like laying down, you know, I fall into some sort of sleep, and I kind of like wake up, and I see what is at the doorway, like you know, like how you would hang on a doorway with your arm in. I see this dark, just like pitch black thing, which you would think is probably sleep paralysis, because a lot of people describe it as just pitch black, and it's kind of like looking at me, and I'm sitting at the foot of the bed. I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like trying to rationalize. I'm like, Thea. I'm like, I asked for my cousin's name. Nothing, dude. Same thing. Same sort of reaction towards me. I turn my back, say a little prayer. I'm like, oh my God, let this shit happen. Let this shit go away. Ross, you missed out. So
you were at the foot of the bed. So
the foot of the bed, and I fell asleep. And as I wake up, same time, probably I always wake up at like 3:30. It's fucking the worst thing ever. They say for you to wake up at 3 or 3:30. Yeah, devil's hour, whatever. And yeah, and this freaking like this person is at the foot of like the doorway, looking. It's pitch black, dude. It's not like a black person, like, you know, like when they say sleep paralysis, it looks to be what would be like dark and like on top of you, to where you can't breathe. And so I'm like, I asked for my aunt, because I'm thinking, I'm trying to rationalize, like you say, right? Maybe she's up, maybe she's going to the bathroom. I'm like, Thea, like nothing. And I asked for my cousin, nothing. So I like turn around, I say a prayer, I finally get to bed, and I wake up, and my cousin comes out, and he's going to the bathroom. I'm like, hey, I get up, and I'm like, were you, did you go to the bathroom earlier, like this morning, like at around 3? He's like, no, fool, I was inside my room the whole time. And I was like, was your mom up? Did she go to work early? He's like, no, she's still in the room. And I'm like, yo, I was like, I don't want to scare you or anything like that. And I was like, but I think your place is haunted. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, so you saw it too, right? And I looked at him and I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? And he's like, hey, so there was a house on the other side that had an old man living there, and the fucking house burnt down. Like he was in there, and one night, like it was just pegs, fucking birched out, burnt pegs, and the roof was on it, so the rooms were still there. And they went in there one night, and they jumped into the fucking backyard. They're like, they had this idea that they would go through the house. It was fucking raining. They went through the house, and they come back. What my cousin tells me, my older brother came back with some fucking records. And they were like, you would think like the house is burnt down. There's nothing in the house. It's bare, but they find a fucking crate full of records. So what do? They fucking idiots take it home. And if they tell you never to bring anything back, right? Anything, or if something's behind you or you hear something behind you, never look back, because you're bringing it back in. You're inviting it to come back in. And so they take the records, and I did not know this until after. And he's like, yeah, we got some records here, and we took them from the house. And I'm like, dude, first of all, how those records didn't burn is beyond me. The fact that you found them untouched and the other place is fucking burnt. Like, you guys are stupid, dude. You got to take those records back and put them in the place, or you got to get rid of them because you brought something back. So, needless to say, my cousin calls me, and he was like, dude, he's like, we got to get the house cleansed. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, my mom was in the bathroom, and she tried to come out the bathroom, and she felt what was something that was grabbing her and like holding her, like sleep paralysis, and she couldn't fucking move, dude. She couldn't fucking move. So what they do, they fucking call the church to come bless the house, dude.
No,
I swear to God, she could not fucking move. That's not the first time either, dude. She was asleep one time, and she was held down, and she couldn't fucking breathe. She couldn't get up. And so the first thing I told him is, do you still have the records? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Get rid of the records first. And I was like, second, you need to cleanse the house. because whatever's in there, it wants the records or something. Whatever you did, you brought something back. And maybe it's that old man that died and you took his records and that's what's here. I couldn't tell you, but what I saw was a fucking dark entity, was a tall, like, fucking man that was looking at me. Like, and it just felt unreal, dude. I couldn't even tell you.
So
I go
like
back-
the records though, so the records were like almost a conduit. So they
Yes.
put the
Yes.
spirit held onto it, and
Yep.
it travels with, you know.
Yeah, and he died in there. He got caught in that fire, and died, passed away. And so later, down, like I told my cousin, like when that happened, the next day, like I just started going there for vacation. It's like my first night there, and he tells me the story. He's like, yeah, we took records. He's seeing me at the foot of the bed, packing, like I'm grabbing my clothes and I'm fucking putting the shit in there. And he's like, where you going? I was like, fuck that, man. I'm out. I'm going to your brother's house. I'm like, till you fucking fix this shit, dude, I don't want no part of it. I was like, that fucking thing scared the shit out of me. It was looming over me. It looked at me like it wanted something, but it couldn't get past the doorway. You know, it was stuck. Like it couldn't go further. It couldn't loom into. It couldn't come in the room. And dude, I'm as just as rational. Like I try to rationalize everything. I'm like, okay, could have been this, could have been that, could have been that. But I've had too many things happen to me for me to even go down that route anymore. Now I'm just like, okay, go with your gut and go with your feeling.
Yo, fuck you guys, man. Stop fucking. Dude, I'm trying to move my
Ross!
camera. I don't want to see something in that fucking back window. I'm literally going like that.
You got to, bro. But
For
but
real, I
that-
would be. So they fucking okay. So what I'm saying is, either way, they took something that they shouldn't have. So you got bad juju to begin with. No, it's not that I don't believe because I haven't been given anything to believe. It's like being an atheist. That doesn't mean that it's not. I'm not saying that it's not real. Like an agnostic. I'm not saying it's not real. That's why I can get scared because I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know. And if you start stealing a dead man's belongings, you don't know. First of all, the passing must have been horrific being in a fire. Second of all, you don't know what those records might have meant to him because they're music. I bet you those records were his everything, right?
Oh, for sure,
So-
for sure.
And then if there's a troubled spirit and it, like you were saying, and it can't pass over, because what if it can't pass over because the one things that he cherished didn't burn up and then now you took them?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. It's,
You know, I never went back to the house until like maybe like a couple years later, and I felt the complete opposite. I walked in and my cousin looked at me and he was like, "Hey, you're okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, it doesn't feel so heavy in here. It doesn't feel like you can't breathe." And I'm like, "Did you guys clean the house?" He's like, "Yeah, we got it cleaned." I was like, "Okay, good. It's gone." I can feel it. It's not heavy. That's the feeling. It feels heavy. Like like you know how like if at your faintest when you've exercised and you're like at the last tip of your breath, you feel like you like a bit of faint. I don't know. Have you guys felt that?
no, I mean,
No. Okay.
I've had
Well,
that sleep paralysis, whatever you want to call it. I've had a situation where it did not feel like it was, I don't know, man.
And there you go, Steve. I need to play those records backwards, bro.
the Beatles, bro. You play those records backwards. Yeah, man. I mean that shit was that shit scared the shit out of me, bro. Like I was like not a fan. I was like, dude. And then when he told me, like I asked him from the beginning, dude, trip out on this, dude. LA is probably like they have a lot of Victorian homes. This is the same like dude, I told these stories on Lucy's channel.
Oh shit.
And this fucking story, dude. When I was younger, I used to always stay at my cousin's house. And there's 4 houses. Like there's a Victorian home. They're all Victorian homes, but in LA they made them into like they split the house in half and they made them apartments. And dude, they had a very ornate fucking windows. Beautiful windows, beautiful Victorian homes. But one time, like my grandmother lived on the bottom in the apartment, and my cousin lived at the top, right? And they were like maybe like I was 10 maybe, and he's 2 years younger than me, so he was 8, and the other cousin, his younger brother, was 6. That little 6-year-old was that motherfucker from Friday, dude, kicking fucking garbage cans. He was never home, dude. My cousin Anar. So one day, like I come in, dude. My dad drops me off. It's summer, and the beginning of summer. They're gone, dude. They see the pitch of day. They're gone for the rest of the day. They don't come back. You know, kids, dude. They ain't coming back. So I go to my grandmother and I reach out to her and I go, hey, are Jason and Anar at the house upstairs? And she goes, they should be. Dude, so I go up the house and already like they're older homes. Like there's old wood paneling, fucking mirrors with like floral accents to it. Just like an old ass home, dude. And my older cousin Hugo, he's like 2 years older than me. He fucking slept in this room that was like it looked to be like a closet, but the fucking bed would come down, right? But it was just compact. And I walk upstairs, like, and I hear like like people running through the hall, like, and I'm like 10, dude. I'm fucking 10. I'm like, Jason, like Anar, and I'm like looking to play with them, right? And so I walk to the front to my cousin's room where the bed is fucking the bed comes down. No one's in there, dude. I look in the bedroom and I'm like, okay, where the fuck are they? I heard, like running from upstairs. I look in the room and I fucking hear something running down the hall, dude. I fucking book it, leave. Now, nobody was in there, dude. I fucking came back when I went downstairs and I didn't say a word to my grandmother. Till my cousin came back and I was like, dude, were you upstairs? And he's like, dude, I've been gone since this morning. I just got back just to get like lunch. I'm like, dude, I just fucking went upstairs to look for you and I thought you were up there. And he's like, he tells me, he's like, hey, so like one night I went to the bathroom. He's like 8, right? We're probably fucking kids. You guys are probably like, that's bullshit, guys. He said one time I went to the bathroom and in their washroom towards the backyard, there's this fucking green ornate circular fucking look at little Ross is all fucking laying down.
Yeah, shut the fuck. I'm legit hearing fucking every sound of my house settling right now. It's so. And then
that's what happens.
Deadhead looks like he's sacrificing fucking goats in his red room. And
dude, I'm looking at Deadhead because I want to hear some fucking stories.
Keep going.
So there's this glass, right? He goes to the bathroom. It's at night, and he sees. He told me, he's like, dude, one night I thought I saw Anar staring at the fucking glass, just sitting there, like, and it was like positioned to where if the moon hit, it made like a reflection of the glass. So it's really beautiful. I mean, this house was fucking rickety, and the backyard was even scarier, dude. The sheds were fucking locked. Nobody could get there. And at night, dude, it was fucking scary as fuck, dude. It was just fucking scary. Yeah. If I could take a picture of it, I would, dude. Or else. So as he's staring at what he sees as his brother, he walks past, because here's the kitchen, here's their bedroom, and then there's the washroom right in front. He looks and he walks, dude. He turns and he sees his fucking brother in the bed. He looks back and there's no fucking kid there.
Nah, dude.
He jumps back in the fucking bed, dude. He got in. As soon as he told me that, dude, I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here, yo. I was 10 back then. I mean, that was my first fucking experience really involved in that. And I was just like, dude, I heard kids fucking running in here causing a ruckus. I thought it was you fucking guys. I thought we were going to fucking play. And unbeknownst to me, here I am, a fucking 10-year-old scared to stay the night. Mom, can you come pick me up?
Straight up. Why you believe, bro? Like, these fucking stories are terrifying. I thought we were gonna review some horror movies. I'm sitting over here. I'm scared. I'm legit scared.
I don't want these scary stories, Ross. I'm telling you, dude.
I got this pink. Hear me? I'm gonna cover up with it.
Yeah, shout out to the 18 folks, man, still watching.
There's 18 people listening.
That's what it is, man. They're hanging and banging. They love the horror.
Do you got any more? These are good. Do you got any more?
These have been fucking fantastic. We're pushing 10 minutes away from 3 hours of pure horror and evil.
All right, let's see. One more.
I'm sure we've opened the doors in everyone's house of the chat. Like, if y'all start hearing shit, record it, send us the footage. We'll investigate.
Fuck, let me think of Let me think of one.
Okay, so on mine, here's what happened. I was laying in bed and I had felt something sit on the edge. God damn, I don't even want to tell the story right now. I felt someone sit on the edge of my bed. My eyes were closed. Already, just saying that in my head is like I'm back there. That is a fucked up feeling. I felt something sit on the edge of my bed. I do not have a fucking pet there. The only thing I had in that room was a boa constrictor, and it does not sit on beds. So the minute I felt it, I mean, it was paralyzing. I was with fear, but then I fucking the movement happened. It kind of like a knee went up towards me, another knee is coming up towards me, a hand to the side of my arm and my shoulder, another hand to the side of my arm, and then, like you said, I feel heavy. Not as in something's on me. I feel take me off. Take me off. Fuck you, take me off. I want something to pop up in this shit. Okay, so fuck you, bro. So I'm like, I know something's above me, basically. I'm awake, but I have not opened my eyes yet. When I open my eyes, it's what I would call like the absence of light. It's like pitch black nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can make out like I thought it was it could have been a succubus, but I don't think it was a succubus. But anyway,
you would hope so, right?
I mean, I'd rather be fucked than killed. So
Me too.
But then it opened its mouth, and it kept getting wider and wider, and it made like a noise, like a high pitched suction noise, as if it was coming in to like kill me or suck my dick. I don't know, but my dick's not up here. And then I tried to scream, and I couldn't scream. I couldn't scream, dude.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's sleep paralysis for sure.
And then I couldn't scream. I don't know what happened. And then I eventually got a hold of my senses, and I ran to my roommate's room. And then she is like, "I take my cat." I'm like, "What the fuck do I want a cat for?" And then his dick is not. And then sure enough, the cat got fucking rid of it, right? Because it didn't come back. Then the cat left my room, fucking came back, bro. It came back and did it again. So does sleep paralysis happen twice within the next? Come on, does it happen twice within 20 minutes?
Were you sleep deprived?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure. Okay. But dude, I was seeing shit. I was seeing a mouth try to fucking suck the life out of me, and hear it. I felt it. I saw it. I was able to get back up, get rid of it, and it came back. And the cat wasn't there anymore. But when the cat was, it wasn't there. And then I don't know. It's hard for me to say it was sleep paralysis, but yeah, it probably fucking was. But that's some scary shit. That fucking was terrifying.
If you're sleep deprived, you got to think where in the hours are you at? Because you get delusional too. You get not a level of hangry. What's the level you would equate it? I mean, you get groggy, you get angry, you get sometimes annoyed if you don't get enough rest.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could possibly be it. But the fact that you felt it, the fact that you said you even told me that it was heavy.
It was present. It was tangible.
That is the feeling that I get when I walk into a place. I feel the air is heavy. I feel that I can probably, if I keep walking through the house, I could probably be immediately look at the area and be like, okay, I know where it's at. Or I feel the direction is somewhere in that vicinity, dude. I'm telling you, I don't like it. I'm just as scared as the next person, dude. But after the fact it's happened to me, dude, I fucking joke about that shit all day, every day. I want to make motherfuckers laugh. I'm gonna be like, dude, on Lucy's show, the fucking ghost that was right there looking at me. The next thing I could I joke about it now. He was probably like, where the record's at? That was it. I was just like, dude, what the fuck? My cousin, I don't know. I mean, she's done like Ouija board shit. So I imagine that's the problem, because wherever she's moved, like whether it was fucking like she moved to North Dakota or no Omaha, of all fucking places, her apartment was fucked, dude. Fucked. There was weird shit happening on there, dude. Like she hated it over there. She left because of there. Like, and then she moved back to California. But the same place in the area that she was at in Camarillo, there was another fucking place that was over down the street. It's like there's a city called Oxnard.
I know what Oxnard is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's Port Hueneme. There was these condos that used to be fucking hotels. There were fucking like there were hookers that died there, dude. There were fucking drug overdoses. There was fucking murders there. But they made these fucking places into fucking like condos. And one night, dude, like same thing. You know, like she doesn't tell me this shit. She fucks with me so bad. It makes me laugh after the fact because I'm like, you are some kind of special, you asshole. But we immediately immediately when I would wish a hooker would just, you know, like if I was gonna stay the night there, dude, I would just wish to wake up and just die plentiful, you know. But so we walk through the house and she's like, oh, you know, check out the condo, we just bought it. And it was probably like a week ago. Yeah, Ouija boards are fucking.
Yeah,
you don't ever want to fuck with that.
Bring up
The
Ouija
best
board.
advice I could give you guys is never do that. Never, don't ever. So we were walking through, and her son's room. As soon as we walk back, she looks at me. She's even worse. Like she feels a lot more than I do. She looks at me and she looks at my face as I'm stopping. And I like my face goes from smiling to, and I look at her and she goes, "You feel it too?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's in there. It's in that room."
Fuck that.
I'm
dude.
like, "What the fuck?" And like, dude, this is crazy. Like, you would think like normal conversation that we're having is normal, right? For my cousin and I's normal conversation is like it's a moment of like silence. And that's when I know she feels it too. Like, because normally we're talking shit to each other, we're busting each other's hump, we're like laughing. But the moment like it gets quiet, I'm like, oh shit, you know, like okay, we're it's serious. So I stay the night there. Same thing. Her husband's not there; he's off on duty, and she has her son upstairs. Like it's not a single like apartment where it was just the front room and then two rooms on the other side. This was upstairs. So she takes her fucking son upstairs, or fucking son, sorry, my nephew upstairs. I shouldn't say that. and she takes him upstairs. They go to bed, and I'm downstairs, dude. And they have these like kids' toys, babies' toys. He's still a baby, and I'm asleep on the couch, and I wake up like at maybe like midnight, dude, to scuffling around the carpet, dude. And they didn't have no pets or anything, but it sounded like somebody was walking in the front room, dude. And I call out again. I'm like, Roseanne, and like nothing. Like it's just dead. It's empty. It's fucking dark. And I hear it again, fucking like walking. And I'm like, holy shit. And I get up, dude. I like get up from the couch, and the fucking like he's barely getting to walk, right? So he has that walker. You know how the fucking walkers have the batteries in, like you know, you guys saw Insidious, right? Where that fucking baby, the fucking thing went and moved forward, and the fucking lights went up, dude. I jumped out the couch, fucking ran upstairs, dude, and I'm like, dude, your fucking house is haunted, majorly. And she was like, well, what happened? And I'm like, dude, I was fucking asleep on the couch. I fucking hear scuffling. I thought it was your ass. I called out to you. I fucking heard it again. It was closer, and all of a sudden, as I'm getting up to kind of like walk, yeah, exactly, right. As soon as I get up to walk, dude, the baby's walker fucking went on and was kind of like pushed forward, dude. I fucking got up, I left. I stayed there still because I'm not gonna fucking leave my cousin and her son alone. But that was another instance, dude. And she told me the one time, dude, she was home alone and she was watching TV and the freaking faucet went on. In their bathroom, in the like underneath the stairs, the fucking faucet went on. She went and turned it off. She went back to sit down, dude. She went to go watch her movie. The fucking faucet on turns again. She goes back.
Fuck! Shut the.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. but and she doesn't tell me this till like after the fact. Like we wake up in the morning, she goes, hey, so like these places used to. I don't know if I should tell you this. I'm like, well, might as well. I'm fucking up already, fucking alive. Thank God. You know, and she tells me, she's like, oh, this place used to be like apartments, or not apartments. It used to be a hotel. There were like mad people that have died here of overdose. There were murders here. Freaking, it used to be a prostitute ring, like that used to be up there.
Oh, you talking about Harry O. Fat Guy's place?
Oh yeah, up in Nevada, up in Reno. But that dude, like, to this day, like, she lives in Sacramento. And I was supposed to go visit her, and she called me, dude, one morning, and she told me, she goes, hey, she goes, her son, his name's Jaden. He's already like 10. And she's like, there's something here too. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking bad luck, dude. You're bad luck. And I'm like, so tell me what's going on. And she said her son, dude, went to the kitchen to freaking get a snack, dude. And she was in the room. He heard running like down the other, like past of their hallway. And he freaking booked it back over there. And it was just her and him. Like, cause her husband like does duty, right? So he's off, and then he comes back. But who's knocking on the door? But dude, wherever I can't stay. I can't say where I'm gonna stay with her anymore, dude, because I'm freaked out. It's gotten to a point where I'm like, dude, the many places that you've moved to, and the many things that you've told me, like that shit's happen everywhere you go. I just don't want to put myself in that such a scenario. Yeah, I'm like, because you're gonna get into a point where you've gotten too deep. I mean, she's to fuck with a Ouija board at a young age. That's already fucked up. Number one, because you're young, you don't know how to fix it, dude. Like, it's like whatever you did is kind of fucked. I mean, this is like, I wouldn't just say this just to fucking say it, dude. I mean, I fucking have had those instances where I'm scared shitless, dude. Like,
you know what? This is what I don't like. He's 40. He's a rational man. He's a gentleman. How can I not take him seriously? And I decided to have this motherfucker on my show the day that I have no one here, and I'm home alone, and I'm hearing noises everywhere. And it's telling me there's babies on my cabinet.
Yeah, dude.
This is some fucked up shit. This is fucked up.
And look, I know if there's people in the group chat and you're skeptic about it, believe me, dude, I don't fault you. If you think I'm full of shit, I don't fault you either, dude. Because, I mean, you have to go with your own experiences in life and your own experiences that you have to see for your own eyes or even feel it. But if you don't but there's some people that aren't even prone to it. You guys could be like not prone to it. You could be walking around and be like, oh, you know, like you could totally make sense of it, dude. And I would never disrespect you at all. I'd be like, hey, man, like if you can make sense of it, if you could rationalize it, I'll go your way. But if I've experienced it myself, then I can't really make you believe unless it's happened to you. Like, you'll know if it's happened to you, you'll feel it. It's and like just the same way you told me that's heavy, that the thing was heavy on you. It's picture that the same way as walking into a place of not knowing where you're going. Like you're walking into a place like you could go to visit a friend, dude. Like if I was going to visit CV Strange and like I walked in his house, he may not know that like shit's happening, but like I bet you if he looked at my face and it went from like, oh man, what's going on, and to just in an instant or just asking him questions, he's going to be like, dude, you're fucking crazy. But you really have to be in that position. I mean, you have to put yourself in that position to even see it. If you're not feeling it, if it's not something that you've ever felt before, dude, that's fine too. But if it's happened to you, it's unexplainable. You'll know. You could be around other people that it's happened to, and that person will welcome you like a person like in the comic community, right? Yeah. You're like, oh, this motherfucker got this issue. That's my people right there. Same thing with scary stories, dude. You walk up to somebody and you're like, hey, this happened. Like when picture this, Jay and I fucking had like, we were talking 4 hours, bro, about ghosts, like shit that's happened to us. And his shit got me scared, dude. I was like, dude, I got to go to bed at night. But dude, his stuff Jay, your
I
stuff
saw
is
we were back in the valley at my family's house. Everyone is there. At this time, my mom, my brother, my sister, and I, we were all living with my great grandmother. And I remember my mom going to put my sister away. At this time, my sister was the baby, so she's still in the crib. And they heard noises. I like to get straight to the juice. They heard noises coming from inside of the house. And I remember my mom walks in, she checked on my sister. My sister was still asleep. Everyone's outside, everyone's eating, time passes. My mom hears something again come from inside the house. She goes inside. She goes to check on my sister, and my sister is no longer in the crib. My mom starts freaking out along with my uncle and other family members. They're looking around the house. My mom looked underneath the crib, found my sister still asleep, pushed up against the corner. And then no one ever knows how or why or what the explanation was. My mom doesn't even really like to fucking talk about it. She flips out. That's something that had happened that was very scary. I didn't witness it. I've heard the story, and I just remember those things happening. Yeah, man. I've had a very, very great time talking horror with all of you fellas.
me too,
It's been
man.
fun. Ross is fucking scared.
It's all right. I'm not. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, it's fine. All of a sudden, a fucking cabinet opens.
Fuck. Yo, no, bro. I don't want none of that shit.
Oh Lord, dude. Yeah, dude. It's this has been great, guys. I mean, there's been some other shit that's happened, not as major, but I know, like, dude, there's so many things that have happened, dude. There's look up places that if you're wherever your state is, man, look up places. There's certain shit that's happened, dude. Because California's pretty bumping too, dude. They got some crazy shit, bro. Like there's a high school in the valley that's next to me, dude. That used to be a World War I infirmary.
Oh, wow.
And that place is fucking haunted. That school is haunted. My dad was a janitor because he's retired, dude. My dad wants to be working. He's like one of those old men that just is like on his feet, dude. He was a janitor there, and they would put him in there at night, dude, to clean up the places. Fucking gymnasium was fucking haunted. Fucking lights would go out. Fucking bathroom doors would fucking slam like hard. And fucking lights would go out, dude. Crazy shit, dude. I mean, he's told me some shit that I was like, "Why the fuck are you working there?" And he had to stop, dude. He quit. He was like, "I'm done." So whatever happened there, I couldn't even tell you, man. He won't even tell me that. But I know that shit's scary. Ghost, yeah. You never want to be around me, guys. Like if we're in a place and you see my face go from smiling to serious. Or if you're like, why isn't he talking? The next question you should ask is, "Hey, is this place haunted?" Or,
Well,
oh, fucking Steve, dude.
I've had a great fucking
God.
time, man. It's been dope. We've been on 3 hours. You want to truck a little longer? You want to hang out backstage? I can drop the link if anybody wants to come kick it backstage as well.
Yeah,
We can
man,
talk some
let's do it.
shit.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been 3 hours. Before we say our goodbyes, we just got to give a big shout out to a lot of the channels that myself and my brother Panel Surfing truly enjoy and truly love. We throw them up for you. I made something here today that is near and dear to my heart because we take a little bit of all these channels and put them into ours. Except for the Girl Keepers. Girl Keepers are just fucking amazing. We'll never be on their level. But shout out to the Spine Ticks, man. Sith Lordly, Phil, Shadow Rabbit, T-Rav. They do a lot of great shit over there. A lot of indie talk, a lot of FOC, a lot of clips, a lot of drinking of the Michelob Ultras. And they've also been bringing out a lot of writers and artists. Check them out. If you need a good indie pickup, you can always hit up the homie Sith Lordly or the brother Sparks as well. We got, as I said, the Grail Keepers and the Masters of Evil. Those are great channels that both my brother Ross and I are fond of. Actual Dracula, East Meets West. They popped in tonight, Joker and them, and the big homie Lords of the Long Box, man. So we just wanted to kind of throw that out there, show some love to everyone who's always showing love to us. And just because we actually enjoy the fucking content that those channels are putting out.
Also,
they-
pressable defects, man.
yeah, dude.
Much
Yeah,
love.
and to the pressable defects too. I wasn't able to get a photo of their logo there, but in low grades fashion, man. Here's a nice little collage of just a lot of the fucking channels that we enjoy. And if you ain't subbed up to any of these channels, go fucking do that now. Like, what the hell are you waiting on? You're sleeping under a rock if you're missing out on some hot shit right there, man.
And everyone who's sharing our channel, even from you guys like Team Nerd Herd, Grail Keepers, Denhead, thanks for sharing, man. We're gonna do a giveaway at 250. It's, we moved up to 130 really quick, but now it's all slowed down, and that's fine. We don't have any expectations of that. But everyone who does share our channel, that shit's dope. We love seeing it. Everyone who shares our lives and posts it on your IG stories and puts out good recommendations for us. Well, I mean, that shit doesn't go unnoticed. That makes me happy as fuck.
Fuck
seeing
yeah,
that.
man.
And when we get there, whether it be a year from now or a month from now, when we get there, we got a Pressable Defects mystery box to give away. You got a banger of a book to give away. I got a banger of a book. It might take a while, but kind of like Steve says, like, it's gonna happen. It's just when it does. When it pops.
The channel's like a big fat brisket, and it takes a very long time to cook. And at the end game of that, you have something so fucking delicious. And the low grades are delicious.
Hell yeah, man.
Succulent, even.
Succulent.
Yes.
There you go. Fucking robust, bust in your mouth flavor. Pause. 12-inch jar jars. Shout out to the Spine Ticks. But guys,
Shout out Spine Ticks for life.
yeah,
bud.
dude, again,
Familia.
for life, familia.
Chris, thank you for the fucking retro package. I'm gonna show that off one more time because I ain't scared no more.
No, you ain't afraid of no ghosts. Hit the Ghostbuster theme song. You won't ever be afraid.
Yeah.
I ain't
So
scared.
Playing some Mortal Kombat, man. I'm a retro gaming now. I'm gonna start retro gaming. I'm gonna start collecting.
Get the
Kind of like
ghosts.
expanding my horizons. As long as no dead babies show up on my cabinet, like someone said.
Yeah, you don't want no Deborah Logan creeping or crawling, yelling around the corner, bro.
But yeah, I just, appreciate everybody. It's been fun. Thanks for having us on your shows, and thanks for pumping us up. And next week we'll do it again. If anyone ever wants to come on, don't be shy. Low grades are for everybody. Anyone who wants on. So invites always open.
Come hang out. I just dropped the link in the chat now. So if anyone wants to join us backstage and shoot the shit, we'll be kicking it.
Yeah, last time I think that Hyper Combo, I believe we were backstage chatting for another fucking 3 hours.
Dude, it was the best time ever, bro.
I mean, I don't know if I want to keep Steve. Steve is legit. Okay. Legit. Yo, legit. Hold on. Even Dent had noticed it. I literally keep doing this. I'm fucking terrified right now. I'm legit terrified. You are so convincing because you're not like I take you seriously. Like you're a man of your word.
I would never gas you. I promise you.
So it's like I'm sitting here thinking I'm hearing I'm gonna die tonight. Fuck it. Hey, it's been good being a part of this for 3 episodes. It's been good for me, so it'll be
episode 3. Steve, Chris, Denthead, Caroline Strange. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, talking some horror. Shout out to Comics on the Edge, who was also here with us. Robert, he was here earlier hanging. So yeah, meet us backstage if y'all want to keep chitty chatty. And until then, episode 3, low grades. We're out of this bitch, man. Hello.
Oh my god.
It fucking ends, right?